Yo, yo. Let's see. Who is ready for day 2? I know I am. What's going on, everybody? Drop a comment. Let me know what you're looking for your team for day number 2 here. I think Trey Henderson is going to be the first pick here. I know he's like the betting odds favorite. Shador could be it, but they're saying I just saw a report that said right now, if Shador falls past the Raiders, it's going to be a long wait. I don't know how much I believe that. We'll see. But a lot more lot more fantasy today. That's for sure. Lots of running backs. I think a big grip of wide receivers also are going to go today. Not so many tight ends, maybe a few, but there's going to be a ton of RBs here, that's for sure. What does this say? Ketel Marte ran the bases at about 85 to 90% today. Let's see. We'll play an extended spring training game on Saturday. Sounds like a return for the upcoming road trip remains a possibility. We like that. All right. 10 more minutes. We got Cleveland, Houston, Tennessee, Cleveland. That's the Jacksonville second rounder that they got back for trading back 3 spots. The Raiders at 37. That's the pick that they're saying for Shador. Pats, Bears, Saints. I mean, the Saints could take him at 40. It wouldn't be a super big shock, right? I wouldn't be very surprised. San Francisco, Dallas, the Colts, the Rams. The Rams could do it at 46. I think they have more pressing needs than a backup quarterback, but Matthew Stafford is 100. Cardinals, Dolphins could do it at 48. I don't know about this like long drop that they're talking about. Because I think there are teams that could easily take him here because now he gets past, I don't know, he gets past pick 40. He's probably a super big value now. He's a value on the board, I feel like, at this point. Who else? Tampa Bay has had Kyle Trask as their backup quarterback for 1 million years. Don't know if that's going to keep going. There's rumors that the Packers might trade Malik Willis and get a pick back. There's something there. I don't know that anybody else really needs a ton. So check it out. Xavier, what's up?
What's going on? How you doing?
Good, man. I forgot to send you I wrote an article here for
Sweet.
On my first round
grades
on here. I don't really do grades. I'll do grades for the whole class when it's done.
Gotcha.
I don't do grades. I mean, they're so dumb, and all they are is like you post a grade now, and
rips you for it.
When you hate is a Hall of Famer, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Or a perennial Pro Bowler. It's like an excuse to, to take a dump on you. So
everybody calls you trash for
right. So I just kind of did my thoughts on the pick and then what I think they were thinking.
Okay, cool.
Like Tampa Bay. That's just a look. Egbuka is the best player on our board by a country mile. We don't care. We'll figure the position out later. We have to have him. That's it. Right. You know what I mean?
That's all that is. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I'm not mad at the line of thinking. When, once again, last night I was befuddled. I was confused. I was exhausted. I got started, right? And, maybe come to a more concrete situation where I feel like kind of the things I asked about last night, maybe are what they're thinking is, how many more years can you rely on that Mike Evans, Chris Godwin combo? You arguably now have the best 1 through 3 in the NFL. arguably. None that come to mind off the immediately, particularly that have a number 3 like Emeka Egbuka. So, I mean,
if you're not going to reach and take a position of need, even if it's a desperate need, the first round is where you go BPA, because these are the best players, right? Like, you don't draft for need in the first and then take BPA in the second and third. You know what I mean? Unless the whole class is trash at a certain position. You know, this one is very good at middle linebacker, right? Like after Schlesinger, there's pretty big questions after him. So, maybe that's the position this year, but it's not at wideout.
Yeah, exactly. And it's one of those things where if you feel like Egbuka is just so far and away better than what you're going to get next time you pick, then you do it, right? If you think he's just light years ahead of Jaden Higgins, if you think he's just light years away from the kid at Utah State, if you believe that in your heart of hearts as a team, then there's no reason for you to wait, because then you end up with a situation, not saying that McMillan wasn't their guy last year, but it took him a minute to come around. And, is there a world where they probably wish that they would have had a more plug and play guy last year? Possibly. And now, they have that. And now McMillan can go to being somewhat of a gadgety type player, which may fit their offense more. Right.
Right.
So, yeah.
And also maybe Chris Godwin's not recovering as quickly as they want from this ankle. That was a pretty nasty injury.
Absolutely. Right.
Because Evans is getting old. There's a bunch. This is death by 1,000 cuts to make it make sense.
Yeah.
I still probably would have taken John Campbell if I was the Bucks. But so all I heard last night on the post draft things that I saw and read were people taking a dump on your Falcons for trading up for Pierce because of what they had to give up. It wasn't really for Pierce either. It wasn't like taking a dump on them moving up for Pierce. But it was that the Rams traded with you guys. Who was it that traded with the Texans? The Giants. The Giants didn't pay nearly as much as the Falcons did, and they moved up to get a QB, and you typically pay a QB tax to move up at that point, and they didn't have to do any of that. So,
well, I felt a couple of things. One, when you take away the position aspect of it, and you look at just the trade itself, the Giants came up 8 picks, realistically. And so it is a bit of a cheaper trade than having to come up 20 picks in the event that the Falcons had to do, right? Going from 45 to 26, right? That's a much more expensive decision, on the flip side, especially for the team that's moving back. As much as the Rams now have 2 firsts, that's cool going into next year, you're going to have to use them. And my thing with the Falcons is as much as I, once again, wasn't a big fan of James Pierce, I had a come to Jesus moment last night not only on the stream, but also post stream where I went back and I dug into 2022 and 2023 film. I got enamored by his 2023 tape. I don't know what happened in 2024. But if you felt like that was the guy, and all things point to the fact that the Falcons were going to take him at 15,
right,
then you go get him in a position where I'm not saying next year's class isn't this year's, but we raved all week about the depth of this year's defensive line class, both interior and off the edge. And to get 2 of the 3 guys with the highest pass rush win rate in the draft, Walker at 3 and Pierce at 1, why not for a team that has been historically bad? Bad at rushing the pass.
You turn a weakness into a strength. I understand that. I guess my thing is Ezraku's still on the board. Princely is still on the board. There's this glut of edge rushers. Scourton, Landon Jackson, Jack Sawyer, Tuamalu. There are just so many more edge rushers still on the board. I was just surprised to see them move up to take one. That's all.
I saw the final grade on the trade, and it was slight. I'll link it to you. Let me find it really quickly. But it was a very slight. All in all, using the trade calculator, the Rams came out like slightly above the Falcons in that trade. So if you're telling me that to make that trade, you only came up slightly, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I'm really okay with that. I think ultimately that's probably what the Falcons felt. And I said this last night. Terry Fontenot has one job. That's to keep his current job.
Right. Yeah.
You know. And so
worry about next year. Let's get this year going. I understand.
Correct.
Yeah.
So if there's any way, shape, and form that you can save your job, particularly with a team, I said this last night in a couple of spaces, that walks in the next offseason with $80 million in cap space once the Kirk Cousins contract falls off the books, to fix any possible issues that a first-round draft pick would typically fix, then there you go. Like, if you genuinely feel that way, congratulations. We need a tackle, go get him, go pay for one. You need a guard, you need a linebacker or a cornerback 2 or whatever, go pay for one. Like, that's the kind of value you have with that level of money next year.
Right. Cousins comes off the books. If not tonight, he might come off the books tonight. George Pickens might come off the books tonight for the Steelers. We'll see. There are some potential trades here, but CK, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Hanging in there. Night 2, man. Favorite night of the draft.
You get a haircut?
No.
Okay. Maybe I just didn't see the hair last night.
You were too focused on the shelves. That's what it was. I get
it. The Matthew Golden, you ruminated on it a little bit. Mm-hmm. You like it more or less today?
I think I like it more, actually.
Yeah,
I think I like it more, a little bit more. I don't think he just steps in and takes 140 targets, right? Like, the only receiver the rookie who I think might step in and take that type of target share is Tet in Carolina. I could see that, but I wouldn't be surprised if he led the Packers in targets too. So,
right.
Yeah,
100 maybe. Like, that's
where did you settle on Ibuka for targets?
Like 67.
I would say probably, that's a good number, 60 or 70. I mean, it's still, where is he in the pecking order, right? Because it's still Bucky is ahead of him. Mike Evans is ahead of him. Healthy Chris Godwin is still ahead of him. So I think there. What's up, Wicks? What's going on? That's right. Hook 'em. Let's go. You went to the draft last night? That's awesome. And what a cool moment. I put that in my article too. Like, that was definitely the coolest moment. It was seeing Matthew Golden in his golden suit going out to the green and gold, the big ass crowd. That was a lot of fun. I'm glad.
Man,
I'm glad
they
moved
man.
It. What's that?
Wicks picked the right day to go. It's a lot colder there today.
Yeah, and it was rainy all day. Like, I saw, there was
day. It's really gloomy here today.
Yeah, there was nobody there. And see, they have the plastic little windows up for these guys today. So I don't think they had that yesterday.
Milroe's the only person in the green room, right?
Well, Shador.
He
wasn't. He didn't go. Okay. Well, so who's going to be? Who is this going to? Is this? This is Henderson, right?
The Cleveland here.
Yeah.
Jeez, the fall continues. I think it could be Mike Green.
Or Ezraku.
Yeah, I think they could go edge here. I mean, you're pretty much going to be you're pretty much going to be doing double duty with 33 and 36. So, it's not like it's an impossibility. It's not, they kind of have the pick of the litter here, but they kind of want to do.
Yeah.
You think they'd like Travion the most?
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah, I think they look at him like he might be relatively the most complete back, and then he doesn't have a ton of mileage on him because of what happened last year with Judd, possibly.
I mean, my thing why I put him at the bottom of like the top group because of the injury history.
Right,
he's missed games already, so I don't know. I still think he's like, in terms of skill, he's top 3. I love Cam. I'd put him over Cam in terms of skill, but I put him over Judkins. Oh, damn. Cleveland and Boston also rained out today.
Wow.
It's a lot of rainouts.
Yeah.
sucks.
Wow. I mean, that's 5 first rounders in this best available graphic that's on ABC right now. I mean, well, 4 first rounders and a possible one with Shador being there. But I think Will Johnson is still available in company. It's just unbelievable.
Hey, it's fucking 6:03. Let's get this clock rolling, huh? Day 2. What are we screwing around for?
Did you see where Goodell said that next year they're thinking about dropping the first round down to 7 minutes?
You know what? Amen.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
Today, 7 minutes, he said.
They won't do it. I think the teams will bitch too much. Oh, my God. What are we doing? Who's on the... Are these... Maybe this is the first responder day. Maybe I got my days mixed up. And these are all NFL players, aren't they?
Those do not look like... Those are the biggest first responders I've ever seen.
Are they all firemen? Yeah.
If they show up to my house to carry me out, I'll be okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Carry me, sir.
I also don't recognize any of those people.
That's true.
Oh, did somebody find the medical red flags on Will Johnson?
I didn't see anything new.
No, like the actual the actual name and terminology for it.
It's just the 2000 draft class. Is that what they're saying?
Mark Bulger.
Wow.
Mark Bulger. I'm Mark Bulger. I have the weirdest voice in the world ever, but somehow I'm supposed to command the whole huddle. I just remember it was like him and Kurt Warner. And who was someone on defense was like, this is our quarterback, and they're pointing to Mark Bulger, and Kurt Warner was like, okay, I'll leave, and went and took the Cardinals to the Super Bowl.
Is that Keith Brooking? Oh man,
wow,
injected in my veins. Keith Brooking was like the first jersey I owned, not named Vic. Yeah, I was a big Keith Brooking guy.
Yeah, everybody was. Vic was amazing.
Yeah. Everybody's it was up in arms today because we're talking about jersey numbers for these rookies, and James Pierce. Everybody's like, that's ugly. His high school number was 10. Well, the Falcons don't actually retire numbers, but obviously that's the number of Steve Bartkowski, excuse me, which is effectively retired.
Right.
But the guy who posted it, everybody underneath was like, yeah, Bijan wears 7, and Mike Hughes wears 21. He can wear whatever number he wants.
Right. Yeah.
So,
the number thing always, I like Michael Irvin's take on that. He's like, look, I love it when they wear my number because either it's going to be a legacy of my number being amazing with me and with the player, or he's going to be garbage and everyone's going to say you're not like the old 88, you know. So either way, my name keeps going. And I think that's the way you should be about it.
Yeah. I mean, Cam said something similar. A kid asked him if he could wear his number at Auburn. And he was like, look, earn it. You have a great freshman year. I'll let you wear whatever you want. You know, but earn the right to wear the number, particularly when you're talking about, you know, if you're asking, right? And I was like, I like that. If a kid comes in and wants to wear, you know, insert great number here, then cool. If he earns the right to do so and the guy gives him his blessing, go for it. You know, so yeah, it's time. Let's see.
These notes are good, man.
Say again.
Your notes. I'm looking at your stuff from round 1 here.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Yeah, I started doing that last night. I'm like at 3:30. I'm like, all right, I'm going to bed. I'll get up and finish this tomorrow. So I woke up and finished it. But
CK, what time did you end up going to bed?
Me?
Yeah.
I had to be to work at 8, so like 11:30.
10 minutes after the draft, he was in bed.
Yeah, pretty much.
CK was like, leave studio, roll over. All right.
I was like, I'm gonna play a couple video games just to relax, listen to a couple podcasts.
Yep.
I played a little bit of MLB The Show, and then I started writing my article, and I was like, this is taking me way longer than I thought.
Wow, Quinn Ewers' home looks exactly like I thought it would. Holy man.
No, the Browns aren't taking Quinn Ewers, are they?
No, but they just showed him, and holy man.
The idea that he's just going to be on the Browns, and Bogman just instantly loses it.
I've already done this with Colt McCoy. I don't want to do it again.
Hold on, Scott. I'm
They
going to
ruined Colt McCoy. Well, I mean, James Harrison kind of ruined Colt McCoy. What up, Jag? What's up, Johnny?
What channel you watching, Xavier?
I'm on ABC.
I'm on NFL Network.
Okay, I didn't even see Quinn Eber's house. Okay.
Yeah, I like the college perspective sometimes.
That's fine. No, I just didn't wonder what channel we're doing here.
Scott, he has more animals mentored in that house than I've seen in the last week and a half. That is ridiculous. He's got animals mounted for days. I sent you the photo. I texted you.
Oh yeah, my Texas boys do like killing themselves some animals.
That is wild.
Holy shit, he's got a whole zoo back here. What the fuck? There's a bear back here.
See?
Yeah. Pick his in.
A bear, a wolf, a coyote, bunch of bighorn rams and deer.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, damn. Don't be an animal in the Ewers household. Holy shit. There's a buffalo?
Yeah.
There's a buffalo.
Pretty sure those are protected.
Whale.
Don't put it too much on TV. Like, be careful what you're putting on TV there.
I mean, they're protected here. Who says he got it here?
That's right.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna say Trey Henderson. What are you guys going with this first pick for the Browns here?
Well.
I'll go Shador.
All right.
Yeah, CK. Let's get wicked. I like it.
I think I prefer the Browns to take Shador over Henderson.
Wait, so now their quarterback room is Pickett, Flacco,
and that's it.
That's
Deshaun Watson,
and then the Achilles of Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, what I say?
15.
Joe Thomas. Skinny ass Joe Thomas.
Yeah, good job, man. Most athletes either go one direction or the other. They either Joe Thomas or Maurice Jones-Drew. There's no way.
I don't have the clock starting over. It's just they're on the clock. Schlesinger.
Yep.
Wow.
That's
That's something they need really bad though.
Especially with
their linebackers suck. JOK has a neck injury.
Yeah, especially.
I don't know if he's ever gonna play again. Right.
And
it was Devin Bush.
Yeah.
And who was it? Mohamed Diabate from Florida, who they drafted last year.
Yeah. Diabate? I think so.
Yeah, and they signed Jerome Baker. So Hicks. I forgot about Hicks.
McGuire,
Baker, Diabate, Bush, and they took Watson. Watson has not worked out.
So I mean, regardless, you need athleticism and bodies. Check with Schlesinger.
So for Houston here,
are
you guys going like Ursary or Luther Burden?
Yeah,
Ursary.
I mean, gotta protect the asset.
Remember they have another pick later.
Yeah, that's where you go get your receiver
because it traded back.
Yeah, but I think that's where you go get your receiver in this situation.
I take Burden. I take Burden, but Ursary.
Tennessee would cry. Tennessee should start crying if they take Luther Burden.
I love Burden's
instant
also
tears.
A big old middle finger to your in division rival. Kind of like that.
Not a bad thing. I like Burden's IG story.
Would you rather have? So it'd be like Ursary and Ao Minor, or like Burden and
Cam Williams.
Yeah, sure, Cam Williams.
I'd rather do Burden and Cam.
Would you?
I'm taking the better tackle.
Yeah, I think I take the tackle.
Random receivers figure it out every year.
Well, they don't. They have Nico and nobody, dude.
Yeah.
Because Mechie just has not done anything.
Yeah.
I hope this is year he completely breaks out, but I don't know how much you could trust on him. Kirk is coming off another major injury, right?
Yeah, but you did acquire him for a reason.
Yeah, John, I don't think that's a bad idea either. Use both picks on the line wouldn't be bad. There are third round and day 3 wideouts. So, but to me, I just think I am a bit of a Burden stan. I know a lot of people are down on him because of the bad year, and they talked about maybe some attitude issues with him. I think he's a stud.
Who's that, Burden?
Yeah.
I mean, did he possibly mail in this past year? Yes, it's on tape. He just doesn't look as enthused. But I wouldn't be either with the way Brady Cook played this past season.
Brady Cook played at like less than 50%, I feel like, in a bunch of games.
So, I mean, yes, there was games where he didn't look like he was playing at 100%. Does that mean he's not going to be an excellent pro? No.
Who is that?
Owen Daniels. Higgins over Burden. Woo! So they got 2 Nikos.
That's awesome.
That's pretty good. I don't hate it. 2 Nikos is pretty good.
I was gonna say 2 Nikos sound like a great time. Come on. Particularly if they both, particularly from a character perspective.
That's my guy. That's what I always said he was going to be like, was Nico.
Yeah, you did.
I thought the Packers would get him. Oh well, Matthew Golden.
Oh well, I just have possibly the second best receiver in the class. Oh wow. Okay, well, the Luther slide continues. I say continue.
And Shador. If Shador has to go at 36 or 37, they're talking about, they said that a big drop. I went through, there's a million teams.
Trade Seahawks.
Really?
Oh,
Shador.
You know what? It's not bad. Also, Jalen Milroe. Remember where McDonald comes from.
I got compensation for you. Seahawks are trading 52 and 82 to Tennessee for 35.
What was it?
52 and 82 to Tennessee for 35.
52 and 82 for 35.
So they moved up 15 spots or 17 spots for a third-round pick.
Yep.
You get in front of Cleveland and Vegas, it does feel like a quarterback.
Yep.
Who is the backup to Darnold? Is it still Drew Lock? Or not Drew Lock? The guy they got from Sam Howell.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be it.
Oh, I said Drew Lock.
You know what? It is Drew Lock. They signed Drew Lock.
Did they? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they did. They brought him back.
Because they hate Sam Howell. You know why I hate that? That was against my team.
I know. He has more memes than any backup quarterback should ever have. I'm just gonna say that. I mean,
we had a big thing on the fantasy pod last year because I had a dream that Drew Lock, that like they announced that Jones was benched and they're going to Drew Lock for the rest of the year, and I just thought it was fact. And on the show, I was like, yeah, no, they're going to Drew Lock. Daniel Jones sucks. And then Welsh was like, I don't see that anywhere. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I saw it, dude. And then I was like, apparently it was a dream, or maybe it was a post on Twitter and I got. I don't know. Maybe that could have been it. Maybe I was going through something really fast. John Higgins is a dude, big bodied guy, a lot like Nico. That was CK's comp for him, and just another big body. You guys need some speed now at wide receiver, but Christian Kirk's got a little juice if it's still there. Mechie should have juice if he's better, but Higgins is a possession receiver, and he gives, it's nice to have some of these forgiving receivers for a guy like Stroud that may have lost a little bit of confidence last year, because you can just put the ball up. He's going to go get it. 50-50 balls turn into 70-30 balls, stuff like that. So great pick for him.
I mean, particularly for a guy in Stroud that I think they want to change their offensive identity a little bit. That's why they got rid of Slowick. I think they're going to be a team that looks to move the ball, not necessarily in so many chunk plays like we saw 2 years ago, where they were opening up the game with Nico Collins 75 yards on the field. I think they'll try to work the game a little bit more, and getting him another possession receiver works with that. So, and then Christian Kirk as a number 3 that's one hell of a 3. It just is. Especially if he can stay healthy. So, yeah.
So what's the prediction here then? Are we officially on Shador?
You know what? I'm going to say Mike Green.
Mike Green?
I love it. A Ravens guy taking Mike Green here. Well, Mike McDaniel, obviously.
I think it's the Ravens guy gets his Kyle Hamilton. I think this is Nick Emenwari.
Yeah?
Okay. That's a good one, too.
Okay, I'm just going through their depth chart one more time before I give you my name.
Julian Love and Kobe Bryant So he would replace Bryant because Love is still pretty good.
I feel like it's going to be corner because you can't go
Will
to
Johnson then
with Josh Joe.
Will Johnson and Devon Witherspoon,
and Reek Woolen.
Yep, and Reek
That's
Woolen.
right, and Tariq Woolen. Yeah, that's right.
Talk about
Still
size.
not as good as Surtain, Barron, and Moss, but pretty good. What a secondary, dude!
Right?
That's the shut down the Chiefs secondary.
Yep, that is a you're running the ball against us, Kansas City.
Okay, boys, let's go.
Watch this. They trade Ken Walker, and this is Trey Henderson to go with Charbonnet.
Oh,
God.
Sneaky one, I'll say Jared Wilson.
Okay, the center.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
sure.
I heard he might sneak into the first last night. Obviously, that didn't happen, but
not because of the lack of talent. I think it's positional. I think it's just positional value at that point.
Centers.
Yeah. And they took Zabel in round 1. I don't mind it. Zabel and Wilson together.
What is taking so long? The pick has been in forever.
They're doing this, whatever this ad is.
I'm just looking at Nick Saban. Probably talking.
Is he
about
mad? Does he look like Indiana Jones, like Shane Gillis called him?
Nick Saban looks ecstatic. He looks like him having not to.
Let me guess, it's this.
Yep, pretty much. Yep. The idea of never having to sign another NIL contract excites me.
Oh, man.
Okay, so they're doing like this countdown thing for this pick, even though the pick
Richard Sherman.
Oh man, they had him go out there at 25 seconds. Now he's just kind of standing there.
Yeah, what are you doing? Just announce the pick, stupid.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Stretching it out here.
Emin Worry, very good, CK.
Yep.
Great work.
Good job.
Man,
He's
yeah.
Good. He's so good.
Duggar is the comparison I like. He's bigger, Duggar. Isn't Duggar like 6 feet flat, 5'11"?
Not that big.
5'11".
Yeah. Yeah, Emin Worry's enormous.
There's no good comp for him. Like there isn't, because he's just so massive back there.
Kyle Hamilton-ish.
That's what I said. Like Kyle Hamilton, who you really like. It's tough to throw that on anyone, right?
Yes. Yeah, it is.
But it's like JOK almost. He's like more of a linebacker size, is what he is.
Look at how good this fucking South Carolina defense was last year, dude. TJ Sanders and Kyle Kennard and Emin Worry and Demetrius Knight.
Yep.
Do they have a corner that's okay too? Who am I thinking of?
O'Donnell Fortune.
That's it. O'Donnell Fortune. And they had the 5-star kid.
Yes, that's the guy. Yeah.
Dylan Stewart.
Dylan Stewart. Yeah.
Oh my God.
What's the guy at Texas? What's the freshman at Texas?
The one that wears 11? The edge.
Williams. Fuck. Hold on.
I got you.
Josh Simmons.
There you go.
I knew it would come to me.
It's also Josh Simmons. There's 2 Josh Simmonses.
Yes.
Wow. Interesting.
Something Simmons. Maybe it's Colin Simmons.
It's Colin Simmons.
That's it. Colin Simmons. So in 3 or 2 years, right? When it's this combination of Jeremiah Smith, Ryan Williams,
yeah,
Dylan Stewart,
Colin Simmons.
Crazy.
Yeah. Wild.
I wonder how high we can get a safety next year, because I thought we could get a safety pretty high this year, but Malachi Starks went 28. I think Caleb Downs pushes the top 10.
No doubt. No doubt about it. Oh man, yeah. I'm not high on a lot of kids like that. Yeah. I think he's gonna be amazing. Let's see. Okay,
Sean Judkins.
You got the running back, and the Ohio State one, just not the right one.
Yeah. Here's a way too early mock by CBS has Downs going 6th. Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll last that long. If we're being honest, Caleb Downs is insane. That's a good pick for them. Sony Michel, I don't like that comp.
Who did I have?
I think he's way faster than Sony.
I had
was.
Joe Mixon.
I have Mixon.
That's better. Way better.
But you know what, though? Hold on.
Sony Michel was good at Georgia, but he got hurt right before he came in the NFL.
For sure.
He had that degenerative knee thing, and he had fucking brick hands. Sony Michel had brick hands, right?
Yeah, he did.
He could not catch the football. Vegas, baby.
So
Luther Burden would be like the ultimate pick, but he kind of does what Jacoby Myers does.
Yeah, but
they should take Will Johnson. They should 100% take the chance on Will Johnson.
Really should.
Well, heck, wasn't he mocked to them a good bit?
Yes.
Yeah.
They should 100%. Like, they're the type of team that even if he does have a degenerative knee issue, whatever, take your chances. Like,
yeah, who cares? yeah, who cares? Ooh, is Vrabel going to get his hands on Mike Green at 38?
You want to hear these grades for the Cleveland corners last year? Denzel Ward was 41st. Then it was 106 for Newsom, 111 for Emerson, and 105 for Cam Mitchell. They probably should have taken a corner here.
I liked Emerson after year one.
The Raiders, yikes. Jacorian Bennett was 85 of 116. DeCamarion Richardson was 114 of 116. And Eric Stokes, who they signed, was 74 of 116. When Eric Stokes is your best corner, that's rough. It's pretty rough, man. Yeah, because it's Eric Stokes, Darnay Holmes, and Jacorian Bennett. They signed Jeremy Chin, Landon Roberts, Devin White.
Wow.
White.
Oh, Devin. Miami traded up.
Mike.
What did Miami trade up for?
Let's see.
Just take Luther Burden.
Ursery.
You know you want to.
Ursery.
Let me see if I can get you compensation on.
Has to be Ursery.
I mean,
because
maybe not. No, they got Patrick Paul.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
this should be Wilson.
Donovan Ezeraku.
It's Aaron Brewer at center. Did you see it already, or is it?
No, that's my guess. Ezeraku. Chop's good. Jalen Phillips is hurt.
Yep. Bradley Chubb is still TBD.
Yeah, you know, that's a good. Yeah, him or Mike Green.
Yeah.
Who do you guys think it is? Who are you guys looking to see go today? Drop a comment. Let us know.
I'd love to see Ezeraku go right here. Kid's a stud. And you put him next to the athletes that they do have when healthy. Let him work one-on-one most of the time. Yeah.
Change that defensive line over.
Yep.
What do I want to watch? The Nats and Mets or Blue Jays?
Yes.
Nats.
Nationals on a tear right now.
Lindor's up at the dish too. 37 and 143 for 48, 98, and 135.
Yep.
Who is this?
The Cubs keep winning. My God. Sheesh.
Lindor almost just took Jake Irvin's head off. He had to knock it down with his glove.
Get out of the way, Irv, man.
Alec Ingold.
Gotta get those Badgers in here, man. There we go. It's a good pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, though.
Like
Savaina. Yeah.
Yep. I'll text Chad.
Look at another Arizona guy going.
Right?
I'm texting Chad here.
Yeah.
All these Arizona guys were a pretty woeful team last year.
So they had Liam Eichenberg and they signed James Daniels. So I'm guessing he's going to push one of those guys to center, or maybe they're going to have him play center. I think he's way too big for center.
Yeah.
He's got a guard.
maybe you push Eichenberg to center.
Yeah, because Patrick Paul's like 6'7". He's not going inside.
I mean, Eichenberg is 6'5". So yeah, but true.
That is a good question.
Eichenberg plays.
Kirk gets traded tonight.
Yes.
I did.
So okay, Eichenberg played center at Notre Dame at times. So I guess if you want to push him inside, that'd be a guy.
How is this not Luther Burden?
For New England?
Because it's Mike Green? Or
I would take Luther Burden.
I would too.
This would be the one I would take Luther Burden.
I think if you told the Patriots and you told their fan base that they'd be able to get one of the best tackles and best receivers, and they didn't have to move at all, yeah, I think they'd be pretty excited about that one. You got to get him.
And then the Bears are going to take Trey Henderson and have Henderson, Loveland, Odunze, DJ Moore, and zero excuses for Caleb Williams not to be amazing this year.
Colston Loveland.
And no room for Ben Johnson's offense not to work.
You're right.
Let's also make sure we give adequate,
So where do y'all think Kirk goes then?
Pittsburgh at 83 or 123 next. Or so a trade happens, but
I don't know. They're still talking to A-Rod.
Well, hell, send him to Cleveland. Cleveland, you got so many picks now. Like
somewhere in the AFC North, right?
Yeah.
We like to trade you to a division.
And yeah. Vegas. Where else could he go?
I just don't want him on my roster anymore.
He's clogging up space.
I love how he showed up to voluntary minicamps too. What a guy! What a guy! Consummate professional.
Perk Thuggins. Back to Minnesota. That was the other rumor.
Oh yeah.
Don't do that to JJ. Why would you do that?
Well, it's either that way, so him and Daniel Jones can duke it out.
What did the Falcons get? I think a 5th or a 6th.
I think as much as you get is a 4th max.
Absolute max. But I think you get a 4th if you have to pay half, and they don't seem willing to do that. So I think it's going to be a 5th or a 6th.
Who's
the
other quarterback? Like, who's the backup if they get rid of Kirk? Do they have another quarterback?
Easton
Stick is not bad.
No.
We signed him
He's not on the Chargers? I thought he was just like a career. I thought he had like a career contract with the Chargers to be the backup forever and ever.
I remember watching his film and loving him. He's like my Seth Hennigan of that year, whatever year he came out. Because I love Seth Hennigan this year.
I'm trying to think about a quarterback.
Why are the Patriots bleeding this clock? Everybody else is fast. Be fast.
Jack be nimble. Jack be quick.
Jack figured out and make a pick.
Wait, Junkins' draft party is in Atlanta. I got people who are there.
Oh, really? Is that where he's from?
No, I don't believe so. I don't think so. Junkins is from Montgomery. Yeah, no.
He just loves the strip clubs in Atlanta.
Who wouldn't? That food is amazing. Come on.
Who's the guy that left the bubble in the NBA to go up there to hit the strip club?
Lou Williams.
He left for a funeral.
Lemon Pepper Lou, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I went to go get wings. Yeah, wings. Me too.
Then the dancer told on him and was like, he left a fantastic tip. Yeah. She was like, yeah. He left a sizable tip after he left as well, and everybody was like, "You idiot."
Yeah, it was to keep your fucking mouth shut, lady.
Exactly. And everybody's like, "Wow."
Shador to New Orleans.
That's what I think ends up
They
happening.
should. This time they should. 9 was always a question. Now they should do it.
Yeah.
They should take Cameron Williams. Just get the Longhorns O-line.
Speaking of quarterbacks, did you see the Titans brought in Warren Moon to give Cam Ward his jersey?
Number 1, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. I was like, wow, they're running through all the gimmicks.
Motherfucker never played a single snap in Tennessee, and he's in Tennessee. I just don't. That's the stuff I don't understand. I know it's the same franchise, and that's the franchise records and everything, but my guy played 0 snaps in Tennessee. Oh man, it is raining in Washington. In DC, it's raining pretty good. See if we make it out. We might have a whole host of cancellations today. CJ Abrams just hit the fuck out of one.
Oh, we play you tonight, Scott.
Off the wall. Yeah, Atlanta. It's Chris Sale versus Gallen.
Oh, fantastic.
Sack Chris Sale finally, just for a while.
He's gonna have 9 strikeouts.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'll live with it. He'll be in there next time then.
Excuse me.
Wow.
So CK had this big boy spoiled for him, I think.
Yeah, damn. You're way ahead of us tonight.
Sorry. I didn't
That's
say
all right.
anything. I didn't say it. I just said
You
wow.
didn't.
No,
So
you didn't.
It's not Luther Burden.
It is not.
That's for sure.
It is a skill position.
Yeah.
Jalen Knoll.
Travion.
Wow. Stevenson is under contract until 2029, by the way.
They got a more athletic Ramondre Stevenson. No, that's not fair. That's not
I
fair.
still have Roger Goodell giving a fucking dissertation up here.
Same.
Still?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can slow mine down.
He's got what's the Special Olympics athletes. Yeah. Shout out to my folks at Special
I slowed
Olympics.
mine. Tell me once they tell me once they switch it.
Okay.
Okay, this is not
I'll
me.
still be a little ahead, but
It's not me being funny. That kid
No.
actually looks like Anthony Edwards.
now
Yeah.
you can see him on the okay.
Yeah.
That kid kind of looks like Anthony Edwards. I'm not
I
gonna
think
lie.
I need to adjust closer to you because I'm going to be on pros later. So let me back out and go back in.
Statements. of
Whitman
women.
Portis.
That
That's what they
was Thor. That was Thor's comp was Clinton Portis.
Really?
Mhm.
I said heavier Steve Slayton.
Heavier Steve Slayton. I don't hate that. Steve Slayton would have been good if he wasn't hurt every time he played.
Maybe he could have used the added weight. He wouldn't have been so much.
But this dude has been hurt before too. He's so good though. Look at him decleat that dude.
And that's the best part. He has both. He has the power and the speed. And you saw the speed, with the screen pass before halftime. I mean, I got a guy.
Did you see that one, Bogman? Did we see that play? That screen pass before halftime?
Yeah, I saw.
CK. You're hilarious. Because I refuse to bring up Jalen Walker, but all night last night. I'm not gonna say.
I mean, that was his best. That was his best game he ever played.
Love ABC. First highlight from Trayvon Henderson had CJ Stroud in the backfield. We're using as old as tape as we can. We digging in the archives.
That finally gives their offense some juice. They've had no speed at any position for a long time. Even Stevenson's a great back, and it's a nice 1-2 punch there. It's not so good for fantasy. I'll say that. I mean, I think it hurts Stevenson more than it hurts Henderson.
Yeah.
I think Henderson will be fine. I think he'll be the lead back by the end of the year. But it sucks for Ramondre. He looked slow and he fumbled a bunch at the end of the year.
Yeah,
so
he did.
I think Henderson's going to take over that backfield pretty quick.
And then the Bears are punching air right now.
Cam Scatterboo's still on the board.
Wow.
Caleb Johnson's still on the board.
Wow.
And then the Saints can take Shador.
So for fantasy purposes, would you rather have Quinshon, Judkins, or Travion now?
Quinshon.
I would
Jud.
agree. Okay. Just making sure that I'm in the right thing.
Yeah, I think so. I'll have a long road to talk about that with Fitzy on FP later.
I'm trying to move the players while this is happening, at least for the first couple of rounds.
This Bears guy is missing teeth, but he's at the draft. Go get your grill fixed, bro.
Or go to Cody Mock route and don't. Just leave it back.
I mean, sure. Yeah. If they're in the back, okay. But if they're up front for presentation, get them shit fixed, man. At least go get gold fronts or something. Do something. Yeah, Ezra would be good here, or Mike Green. Trey
Bears?
Amos, yeah. Landon Jackson, Scourton. I think Scourton fits really well.
Can we not do that? Just for the Packers fan and me, can we not give them Nick Scourton?
Well, I mean,
Please.
he gives you a push end, and then you have Sweat on the other side. You know. But there's a whole mess of edge rushers that should go with like these next picks. The Jets need one.
Yeah.
Chicago needs one. New Orleans needs somebody to replace their ancient ass edge guys.
Jesus. Yeah. How many more snaps does Cam Jordan have? Somebody in there looks excited as hell, though. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Who's their wide receiver coach?
I have no idea.
Not sure for the Bears.
Is
it Antoine Randall L?
Yeah, because that's who looks like who's talking on the phone right now.
Or is he? He might be the OC.
He's the wide receivers coach. Yep.
Is he? Okay.
Yep. So that makes me think they went.
Just in time for the Bears pick. What's going on, Jesse? How you doing?
Not much, man. Is the Caps game on? What are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we talking about tonight?
Not the Caps.
Oh.
No OV on our screen here.
Oh.
Brutal.
All right, fellas. The Vikings took a guard. I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Up that line.
Not bad. I was a little disappointed to see them pass on a safety, and then Em and Worry went.
There it goes.
They're booing the crap out of the Bears now.
Yes, they should be.
Holy hell. Okay, that Bleacher Report graphics.
Luther Burden the third
to
Chicago. Why?
Because they don't love. So Keenan Allen's gone.
Yep.
Like there's no.
Of course, but they took Loveland yesterday, who's also a slot guy, and they have Roma Dunze, who is also a slot guy.
It's a bountiful amount of riches. Why not?
Man, it's great for Caleb. It's bad for everybody else. Yikes. I mean,
Luther Burden or Jaden Higgins?
Jaden Higgins.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Man, so many edge rushers there. They don't go edge. I'm shocked by this.
I'm just hey, when your head coach is offensive coordinator, I guess you get what you want.
Egbuka or Luther Burden?
Burden.
Egbuka. I trust the quarterback more at this point.
Ooh. What do you think, Jesse? Egbuka or Burden?
I'm still logging in. I would rather have Egbuka among the two of them. I don't try. I mean, Burden really kind of stunk it up this year a little bit, right? I mean, he wasn't getting the help up there, but still.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely took a step back this year. I still think he's a stud, but Egbuka is too. So I don't know, man. I think I like Egbuka a little bit more. There is less traffic there.
Yes. And invariably, a Tim.
Did you see Luther Burden settling into the Amon-Ra St. Brown role in Ben Johnson's offense?
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, I think Roma Dunze is still your best wide out there.
I don't.
Maybe he's not. Maybe it still is DJ Moore. Maybe it's Burden. But they also took Colson Loveland. Caleb Williams, zero excuses to be bad this year. So no excuses.
Except for when he gets sacked 57 times.
No, they got 3 new offensive linemen. He can't get sacked that many times. He's got to get rid of that ball. And these guys should be open.
Bears offensive line is going to be like, watch me.
Yeah, hold my beer.
Right. Okay, so how many years does DJ Moore have left on that contract? Maybe this is a future-proofing thing.
It's not bad, Braun. Don't hate on it, dude. You just got another Nico.
Jesus, DJ Moore's contract isn't up until 2029. Oh,
they're gonna have all kinds of options.
That's for sure. Didn't they just pay Cole Kmet too? Oh my Jesus Christ.
They got their next pick coming up here, right? after the Saints. That's where they get like, can we get another running back?
Or please, finally. Somebody Saints.
What did you just say?
I said Shador finally.
Oh, for the Saints. I thought you meant for the Bears. I'm like,
oh no.
Wow.
No. Would you believe me if I told you there was a really, 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 really small contingency of Falcons fans that wanted us to trade Penix and draft Shador Sanders?
Nope.
No.
Okay. There was.
Nothing surprises me.
The culture vultures, as I like to call them.
Culture vultures.
They were like, Dion back in the bin. Look at it. You know? Okay, they're all clapping already. We've cut to Dion. He doesn't seem excited.
So what's the worst pick the Saints could make? Because that's what was probably going to happen.
So was Porter on the stream or?
Yeah, not anymore.
We're thinking of you, Porter.
You said the worst pick they could make? What, like Jalen
I'm
Williams?
just saying. I just assume that it's going to be a bad choice always.
Well, they
Braden
excited.
Swinson?
Cam Scatterboo.
Oh, yeah. Taysom Hill and Scatterboo. Who runs over as many people? Who runs over the most amount of people this season?
Well, Scatterboo will be on the field, so I'll
Fair.
take him.
Fair.
They
They're gonna
picked
take-
Shook.
Oh,
Did they really?
No, so try not to spoil it for us if you can from now on. But this is we're still stuck on pick is in. Went ahead of Shador. I don't understand that at all. Or Milrow.
my dad's about to. I'm about to hear him from downstairs. He's about to have an aneurysm.
Gosh.
Hey, mom, check on dad.
Oh my goodness.
Aaron says steal.
He's got a fish fry at church. Good. He's gonna need prayer. That works.
Our buddy Will Toller is at the Vatican today, and he said, "I'm praying for a wide receiver." His birthday is today, the 25th, 41, I believe, and him and his wife went to Greece and then Rome and the Vatican for a vacation. They don't get back till the 1st. He can't go to all the Vatican. Obviously, the Pope just died, so a lot of it is closed off. But he texted me today. He's like, I like Booker. By the way, Shook is in Scottsdale. I didn't know he was the Scottsdale kid. But anyway, yeah, he texted me this morning. He's like, I'm at the Vatican praying for a wide receiver and a running back.
Are we sure he won't come back as Pope? I could see Will as the Pope.
Yeah, you know what? He may not come back. He may
Pope
stay.
Toller?
May have a new job. Maybe he's there. Maybe he's there voting. It's a
He could run
secret
it
card.
from Memphis. Come on now.
I had no idea. Yeah, our first Memphis Pope.
Scott Shuck is from Chandler, so I guess
Chandler. Okay.
What did I say as far as just make the weirdest choice for the Saints? I mean,
You did.
Tyler Shuck had to be. We didn't even mention him.
You did.
Oh man.
All right.
I mean,
so now let's
he was supposed to be a late day 3 pick, right? I mean, am I
Or I
missing
just don't
something
get
here?
it. I just don't get it.
I don't get it. I don't understand it.
I think his skills are solid. I think they're not as solid as, like, I would still take Howard. I would take Ewers. I'd take Milrow. I'd take Shador. I'd take all those guys over him.
He's 25.
But he's big. He's 6'5". He's got a good arm. He's 25 and he's always hurt though. He's like end of career Roethlisberger. Another trade.
How far up did they come? They had to come way up here.
They have a million picks though.
Who's
Remember, we
this?
were
Right,
trying to
they
do
do.
this in our 7 round.
Who's
That's
this?
right.
They have like 5-6 round picks or something ridiculous.
Wait, who came up? Sorry.
The
The
Bills.
Bills.
Holy hell.
56, 62, and 109 for 41, 72, and 240.
They need a corner, even though they just went back and got the retread of Trey Davis. So let's see. They got Maxwell Henderson.
This has to be an interior guy, right? Who's
Darius
left in the middle?
Alexander, possibly.
Yeah. Darius Alexander, TJ Sanders,
Yeah, Alfred Collins. Just
Freddie. Yeah. Your boy Norman Lott is beef too. Yeah, Porter. I don't get it, man. I mean, let's play the game. How many games does Spencer Rattler start? How many games does Tyler Shook start? And how many games does Jake Haener start?
What about Will Johnson to the Bills?
Can I get?
That would be pretty sick.
I get 7 for Rattler, 8 for Shuck, 2 for Hayner. There you go. Comes out to 17, right? Yeah. Yeah, comes out to 17.
I'll go 5 for Rattler, 3 for Hayner, and what would that be? 9 for Shuck. Yeah.
Okay. Any way that this is a receiver at any point? I know they don't think it's an issue.
If they want to burn Keon Coleman to the ground already, it would be. But they signed Palmer. They still have Shakir and Keon Coleman, and then Kincaid still, and Dawson Knox. I feel like this has to be. It's corner. Linebacker's pretty bad too.
The Nationals just on a triple play. They did. Wow.
Because Milano is Milano's like my age.
Yeah.
That's not good. He's definitely older than Xavier. Xavier, how old are you?
28.
Yeah, Milano's like at least 5 years older than you, right?
Oh no, he'll be 31 in July. He's only 2 years older, right? Right?
Came in the NFL at 21 then.
Yeah, I think so.
And he definitely has CTE. That guy tries to get fined on like every play. I feel like he is a head hunter.
That's fair.
Judkins went to the Browns, Braun, and Trey Henderson went to where the fuck did Trey Henderson go?
Patriots.
That's right.
Wow. Wait, wow, man. Okay. All right, Bills. What you gonna do with this? Surprise me. Like I haven't been surprised today already, but surprise me.
Yeah, Will Johnson is a good pick. So is Mike Green here as Araku. Landon Jackson feels like a guy they would want.
Yeah, he does.
Ben Morrison too.
Yeah, I still think.
Let's try to keep the cornerbacks on the board for the Packers. Come on.
I think corner. I know that it didn't make it like widely known. I think it is though. That cornerback
Jesse does not agree with corners for the Packers. He wants all the corners gone for the Packers.
Because right
we
now
got a Vikings fan and a Packers fan here.
That's right. That's right.
Where's Caleb going to go, Jesse?
Oh, safety.
What now? Where's
Caleb Johnson going to go?
I do not know. It seems like he's really slipped down people's charts over time, unfortunately. So once you get that far back, it's such a crapshoot to know which team's going to pick up a running back.
Dallas is coming up here. Wouldn't be bad. He'd be the lead guy there.
Yeah, I'd love that. Yeah, me and fam.
Yeah.
We'd be like the arm wrestling handshake meme there or whatever, you
know. We could text Will and tell him his prayers work.
I'll throw another name in there for you guys. You think they go safety, possibly Xavier Watts here?
That would be bad, but they took Cole Bishop last year and never played him. That's McDermott. McDermott hates the rookies.
Yeah, he does. But how much longer are you going to get away with DeMar Hamlin and Taylor Rapp?
Yeah.
So
someone said it. One of us said it.
TJ Sanders. Interior guy. That I had them take an interior in the second and in the first in a bunch of my mocks. Yeah, that makes sense. That's a big push guy. He just really helps. They tried to solve this issue by signing Ogunjobi, and then he got suspended for 6 games for PEDs. They also signed Hoyt, who did, but they knew Hoyt was getting suspended. They didn't know about Ogunjobi. So you throw Sanders in there with Oliver, Daquan Jones, Dwayne Carter. They still need one more guy because Ogunjobi's going to miss 6 games. They have Zion Luge. I don't even know who that is. He apparently was a guy out of from Atlanta. I guess Atlanta had him on the practice squad last year.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
at least the Bills realize that their defense is the problem. That's 2 big defense and counting here.
Yes.
Yep. And it's the part of the team you really can't spend all that much money on since you already have so much money wrapped up on the offensive side of football. So, yeah.
This should be another defensive lineman here for the Jets.
Jalen Milroe.
Milrow behind. That's dirty to Fields, though.
Yes,
that's like everywhere you go. There's someone waiting to take your job. You know,
they don't need to. Don't they still have Jordan Travis there? Jordan Travis taking over, man.
They have Tyrod and Jordan Travis.
And Adrian Martinez. Didn't know that.
Adrian Martinez. I thought Adrian Martinez
Arena League MVP,
man.
Right? UFL MVP, right?
Man.
Scott, didn't I talk about Heisman dark horse one year in our podcast?
Dude, I went to the Cheez-It Bowl. That was K-State versus Baylor. And Avery Johnson took over halfway through the game and was amazing. Actually, you know what? I think that was K-State UCLA because Chip Kelly was there. It was like before Chip Kelly was named head coach of UCLA. And so he wasn't coaching the game, but he was there at Chase Field. And it was interesting game, but Avery Johnson took over and they came like all the way back and won. It was impressive to watch.
Yeah.
The Baylor TCU, that was the 9 interceptions.
Yes. Who was the quarterback of those two teams?
It was 2 third strings. It was TCU and Baylor. Man, it's been so long.
Yeah.
I can't because they benched the Baylor kid and went with another kid, then went back to the shitty first guy. They threw 5 picks. The game was 10-7 in overtime. That was the final score because they just kept staying in the middle of the field throwing interceptions the whole time.
Fantastic.
So how are the hockey playoffs going, Jesse? I have not been paying attention at all.
They're going well. The Caps are up 2-0.
Yep.
And tied with the Canadians 1-1 at the first intermission right now. So it looks like they might sneak. They were supposed to be awful this year, and they ended up the 1 seed in the East. So, things are going pretty smooth. A lot of Canadian teams in this year. You got to look out for those Canadians, man. They might actually.
The Maple Leafs are in, right?
Yeah, the Maple Leafs are up 3-0 on the Senators. But
where do they choke every year? Is it been they haven't gotten to the conference finals in forever or something, or is it just the cup finals?
They've only won, I think, 1 playoff series in the whole kind of modern period. They always kind of they usually get a pretty bad draw at the beginning, and one year they got through 1 round before getting knocked out. But it looks like finally they'll get through, which, your boy Austin Matthews of Phoenix, Arizona is their star, one of the best players around. So you got to appreciate that it takes a kid from Arizona to make Toronto winning at hockey.
Yeah. Get the kid from Arizona where they're getting rid of hockey teams. Literally. They're sending them to Utah. Like, here you go, Mormons. We're done with this. Go ahead and take it. I mean, I've described that issue for so long. Like, the problem with the Coyotes in Phoenix wasn't the Coyotes in Phoenix. It was moving that stadium to Glendale, which is on the far side of the valley where nobody lives. And then you have no parking there and 45 games a year or whatever. So, everyone's going to drive an hour and a half on a Tuesday to go see the Coyotes play whoever. Unless you're playing the Blackhawks, nobody cares, right? It's like it's the LA fans aren't showing up for the Kings. But it was like the big cities. It's like you play the Rangers, you play the Blackhawks, those were the cities that would show up. But
and that owner was kind of a nightmare. He tried really hard to get an arena on the other side of the valley, but they played in something called the Mullet Arena with like 1,000 seats for a couple of years there.
I think wasn't it the Sun Devils practice arena or something?
It was Arizona State's arena. So
they might as well have played at the Ice Den up the street from me where that was the Coyotes practice facility.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. It was right up the street from me. I had a bunch of friends that worked at it. So, and I have still never put on ice skates in my life. I would break everything.
Oh,
Mason Taylor.
I got to say, every year there's a tight end taken in the second round who I was not aware of in my minor fantasy knowledge of tight ends.
Why?
This is Jason Taylor's kid or nephew? I can't remember.
Nephew,
What?
I believe. Yeah,
That's his
nephew.
kid.
That's
Oh,
his
is it
son.
kid?
Okay.
His
His
son?
kid,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah. Because
I
he
never
was
knew.
originally like, I think he was gonna play wide out, but then they're like, you're way too big to be a wide out. So let's move you to tight end. So he's good at securing the catch and everything, but he's not nearly what Warren and Loveland are to me anyway. DJ has him real high. Brugler has him real high. I just don't like him nearly as much as those guys do.
He catches the
There he
football.
is. He
That's
does.
what he
I had
doesn't.
4.
He catches the football. Yeah, I didn't have him. I had him top 5 out of tight ends. So it's not.
I had
crazy.
Arroyo ahead of him yet, but
I just don't think the Jets needed Mason Taylor. Not here.
who was their tight end? That guy that they drafted out of Ohio State a few years ago. What's his name? Ruckert.
Jeremy Ruckert.
Yeah, Ruckert. And everyone had Warren going there, so a tight end makes sense. But
I have Cole Kmet down as the con. That's what I had in my notes.
they signed the legendary Stone Smart.
Hey, I love Stone Smart. So it's my boy there.
Niners. Bang, bang, Niner gang.
And Julian Peterson does not look good. Am I the only one who's thinking that, or
I think he's just on Ozempic.
it could be just losing all the muscle mass?
Freddie! There we go. Texas getting in the round 2.
Hook them.
Dun, 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 dun. Freddie. God, I think it was we were playing Kentucky, I think. And Collins was in the backfield the whole day. And I was texting with Will. I'm like, Freddie is making some money today. He was incredible. Run stuffer. Text the Welsh.
Welsh loves it when they take defensive players.
He's going to be a Bears fan because all they do is take stupid wide receivers. How about Trey Harris to Dallas?
Love Trey Harris.
Of course, we have a commercial before the Cowboys pick here.
Jalen Noel.
This should be Caleb Johnson. Should be. Or Cam. Don't hate Cam here. I can't be the only one high. There's an NFL team that's going to be high on Cam. I know it. I think he goes in the second here somewhere. Hopefully to Denver. They skip running back. They still have no running back. Put Cam in Denver next to Bo Nix, the most effective RPO in the league. That'll run you over.
That's a good. Most effective RPO is Anthony Richardson and Jordan Taylor.
No, it's Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones together in the backfield. That's the most effective RPO.
To maximize.
That's what I said about Tyler
Daniel
Warren.
Jones.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I said about Tyler Warren in my article that I put out. I was like, I like the player, but there's traffic everywhere, right? It's Pittman, it's Downs, it's Taylor, it's Mitchell, it's Pierce, and Richardson. And Richardson can't throw the ball. Like, there's all of these great targets, and Daniel Jones and Richardson are two quarterbacks that are known to not be able to throw the ball well. So it's a very weird fit. I mean, you're giving these QBs no excuse at all, but I mean, with the Colts' luck, this is what they always do, right? They're going to win 2 games this year somehow, and then get Arch. It's like Andrew Luck.
you see him taking like handoffs at Stanford's football game the other day? At like their spring practice. He was out there playing.
Dude, he'd be a top 10 quarterback if he came back right now.
He looks so old.
He does look old. He's bald as a motherfucker. I mean, he is very bald.
Yeah, he is.
He was balding in college though, but he had the horseshoe starting in college, but now he is very bald. And he's wearing, those telescope sunglasses or eyeglasses that are the thick lens. You could probably start a fire with them.
Start a fire. Oh man. Spencer Torkelson.
Torque do something?
No, okay. I'm working on something for tomorrow for Fantasy Pros. I just need to go through something quick here.
I thought the Tigers game got banked today.
There was another one that got hit. It's snowing in Minnesota right now. It's like very light. I don't know. They probably wouldn't call it snowing. I don't know what they would call it.
Yeah, yesterday it was 60 and nice here in Milwaukee, and now
did it rain all day there?
All this junk. It kind of hit mid-afternoon, and now it's
really?
cold and
it was just gloomy and awful all day here.
Well, the Cubs
Boston
got delayed half the day.
Postponed. That's the other one.
Okay.
Chase Young, third base.
All right. Handshakes all over the place here. Let's do the same thing we did with the Saints. What's the worst thing they could do here? It's still Jerry Jones. He's still alive.
Is there any other offensive lineman with the first name Tyler?
Yeah, I was thinking the same
thing. They still need an interior defender.
Shador.
Oh my
please. God, that would be amazing.
Oh. Yes. The media firestorm alone.
Oh my God, that would be so
good. The betting
dude.
odds to get Brian Schottenheimer fired by like week 5 and hire Dion would just be through the roof. Just be amazing.
Oh, everybody.
Ooh, that's a good one. Heck yeah.
Ezraku's not bad.
I like that pick.
Finally, somebody on the other side of Micah.
Yep. I'm proud of Dan Quinn. For the first
or
time.
Is it a Micah replacement? They seem to. I don't know if they can get it done with him.
I don't think you're finding a Micah replacement in the second. Oh man, he's good though. That is a good pick.
I'm proud of
They
Dan
still need weapons so bad.
So bad.
There's good ones left. When is their next pick, Dallas?
Let's see.
76.
76. Yeah.
But then they don't pick again. It's 76 and then 149.
Yep.
Is looking more and more like Javonte Williams is going to be their starting running back. Oof.
If on round 5 they took, I don't know, my guy Kyle Monangai, would you take Monangai or Javonte Williams?
Monangai.
Like, right? Like, he's already better, right? That's how long they can wait and still find a running back with the low level of player they're throwing out right now.
That's true.
And they'll get
that third has to be a wideout. 100%, right?
They'll take Taj.
Are we really buying into Tolbert?
Taj Brooks. Like, I'd rather have
Taj Brooks.
Much rather have Taj Brooks.
Yeah. Just like that's what I'm saying. They can wait on that because the bar is so low.
What are the Colts doing here?
Should be the secondary.
Yeah, it was like safety or corner. That'll be.
They signed Shavarius Ward and Cam Bynum, but they still need a safety. Nick Cross was bad.
Xavier Watts.
Watts is good.
Kevin Winston Jr. out of Penn State right here, possibly.
How do they still need defensive ends when they spent Latu, the first round pick, Kwity Paye, the first round pick, Tyquan Lewis was a second.
That's Jonathan Taylor.
That is JT.
Yeah.
Wisconsin. That's why he's getting. I was like, why is he getting this big pop? Yeah.
We don't got a cool like 2-word saying like hook 'em. We just do the W.
That's good. That'll
I
work.
told you, CK, we should have gone up to this thing.
So did you see like how far away you had to park though? Like I had a friend who went and he said he parked like 4 miles away.
I probably would have just parked here. I'm 100 miles from Lambeau as it is. Walk the rest of the way in. Why not?
Take an Uber home. Yeah.
Ride my bike.
Oh yeah. JT Tuimoloau.
That's who
a
Chad
good
wanted
pick
for the
for them.
Packers.
That's
That
a
was
good pick.
Counts as JT.
that was. He told me he's like because he told me to text him because he's camping or whatever, and I'm like, okay, so who do you want? And he's like JTT.
What was it? The Michigan game 2 years ago, where he just took over and wrecked everybody's day. What game was that? I remember watching him going, "Holy crap! This guy's going to be a first rounder."
Was that Michigan a year ago? Not this past.
I think it
year.
was Michigan 2 years ago.
Yeah, I was
because they got smoked by Michigan this year.
Yeah, I think it was Michigan 2 years ago.
Maybe 3 years. You know what? No, it wasn't Michigan.
Was it not?
Because they lost to Michigan the year before that too. My aunt has this like Thanksgiving Day event or Thanksgiving event on the weekend that I always go to on the Saturday after Thanksgiving. And I've seen that Michigan Ohio State game at her house twice in a row. So it wasn't one of those.
Was it Penn State in 2022?
Penn State. That's
he
what
had
it was.
2 sacks, 3 TFLs, and 2 interceptions.
Yep. And he scored a touchdown on one.
And one of them was a pick 6. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. That's what it was. And that was Fashanu. He was making Fashanu look like a little bitch, dude. I mean, he was tossing him around like a rag doll. This is Shador, right? The Rams. It's
26 to
the guy who dates porn stars and Stetson Bennett who gets arrested. Jimmy G and Stetson Bennett.
Oh, what? Oh,
God
man.
bless him.
Hey, Stetson, you got one of these? It's your time. Time to leave. It's time to get out of here.
The Rams are coming up. They're picking right now, Barrel.
I want to zoom in on that board behind the Rams or behind the Colts.
I think we did that yesterday, and it's all fake names.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so. It's either all fake names or it's pro day names, like where they were going.
I want a team to know that people are watching that and do that and have like Jesus Shuttlesworth back there.
Yeah. Steamin' Willie Beeman #2.
Yeah, right. Like Shrek in round 3. Yeah.
I mean, he was never drafted in the NFL, so.
Yeah, all right.
Air Bud is in there somewhere.
But, Wild Thing is listed as a quarterback. It's just like.
Man. Well, we may have been pretty good in the first round, CK. I don't know how much our second round is hitting here. Players are hitting.
Let's see.
We had Schlesinger, we had Higgins, we had Judkins. We had Burden. I don't think we had Shook. We definitely had TJ Sanders. We had Freddie. We had Ezraku in the first, though. I think we had Tuimoloau.
No.
Where do we put? We have him in the third?
Yeah, JTT going 68 to the 49ers.
Just missed.
Yeah.
So help out the poor IDP players out there. They see linebackers go. Are any of these guys going to be big tackle siphons? Like
Schlesinger is
for sure. Schlesinger should be.
Yeah. Yeah, the UCLA kid that the Browns took with the first pick today. He should be. I also think, and Xavier can confirm or deny this, I think that Walker is going to play more middle linebacker than edge initially for the Falcons. Where are we sitting on that?
Yeah, I think so. At the very least, him and Caden Ellis are going to just kind of alternate that position.
I was just going to ask, is Ellis screwed now? I mean, he had so many tackles last year, but
no, he's not screwed because Landman is gone.
Landman's gone, and then all you had was Bertrand, and you signed Divine Diablo. He's going to get plenty of snaps.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, Troy Anderson. So so Troy Anderson will go in and out. Diablo is more of like a passing down. I mean, he was initially a safety. So, but there's good edge rushers, right? Like Abdul Carter, obviously, is going to be very good. The safeties that have been drafted are good for IDP. Pierce, I don't know. Michael Williams, I don't know. Shamar Stewart could be okay. Ezeraku, I like because he should get playing time. Because I mean, across from Parsons, it's like ghost town right now. I think it's Nealand who's coming off ACL, right? And then Dante Fowler they got back, and Sam Williams is always. Oh, they signed Peyton Turner, the big kid. He'll probably be in there on rushing downs, but
I kind of like your guy, Scott. I kind of like Freddie.
Freddie for
the 49ers. You got Fred. You got Williams on one end, Bosa on the other end. People are probably going to try to touch that middle. Yeah, I kind of like him to just clean up shop.
He'll get some tackles for sure, but he's not a pass rusher, and that's where you get.
Yeah,
right.
That's where you get the points in IDP.
Defensive tackle usually. I mean, if you have a defensive tackle required league, then sometimes they could be very good.
Yeah,
but otherwise they're usually not higher priority.
Nice.
I didn't even see yet.
Who'd they get? Let's see.
Wow, Michael Rockers was drafted in 2012.
Oh.
Interesting.
Terrence Ferguson. Wow.
We gave him tight end. We just gave him Colston Loveland in the first.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I didn't think Ferguson would go this high, if we're being honest. I thought he was a third round guy, but I don't know. He like Jake Ferguson with more juice, I feel like. Probably a little bit more athleticism too, but because I think Jake Ferguson, God bless him, but you could slide a whole credit card underneath him when he jumps, you know. I think Terrence Ferguson's got a little more ups than that. So, and Higbee is like 1,000. So they definitely need another guy.
Because, yeah, it's Higbee, Parkinson, and now him. So definitely need some juice there.
Yeah, you lose Cup, right? It's a bunch of slot options. And right now, who are your slot options? Puka's going to play there a decent amount, but he's way more outside. And these wide receivers are kind of brutal, man. Like it's Devontae, it's Puka, then Tutu Atwell. I love Whittington, but he's kind of a special teams guy. Quintez Cephas was really good before he shattered his leg last year at Wisconsin.
And shout out to Drake Stoops.
Xavier Smith. Yeah, Drake Stoops.
Shout out to Drake Stoops.
Isn't he suspended? Isn't Drake Stoops suspended for PEDs already?
I think so. Yep, 2-game PED suspension. Yeah.
I just know when Sooners are suspended. Don't mind me. He's got to be a corner.
Such a good pick. Yeah.
Will Johnson in the second.
Yeah.
They got Walter Nolan and Will Johnson.
Walter Nolan, Will Johnson.
Way to go, Arizona.
Look at the comp is Richard Sherman.
That's such a good choice.
Man.
I love that. I love that Pat Pete is the one to make that selection too. It's so full circle. That's so cool.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Patrick Peterson announcing you is pretty cool.
That's
if you're Will Johnson.
If you're a corner, for sure.
All right. So the Houston's up next, and Nursery's still on the board.
I think Richard Sherman is almost downplaying his man skills out of college. It took Sherman years to figure out how to play man in the league. So
I'm seeing Vegas on the clock. Is that right?
Oh, do we have a trade? Hold on.
NFL Network says Houston.
Oh, there was a trade. He's right.
Yep, there it goes.
Texans traded up to take the Raiders spot. It was Vegas.
Well, the Texans traded up. I see what's going on. Okay.
58 and
They traded back
99
yesterday,
to 48.
so-
So they gave up their third round pick to move up 10 spots.
All right.
Damn.
That just changed on my screen. Yeah.
Who is that going to? Yeah, that has to be Ursary then, right?
I would think it would be Ariante for sure. Yeah. Wow. I would have bit your hand off if you told me I could get Walter Nolan and Will Johnson in the first and
I
second.
mean, that's crazy.
In the first and second?
Let me watch.
Uh-oh, somebody's in trouble.
It's not me.
Let me.
I spell as Raku.
EZEIRUAKU.
Thank you.
Spencer Steers, 30.
Oh, they're talking about Will Johnson's knee. I saw somebody today was like, in the movie, what the hell movie was it? Draft Day. The Browns and Jaguars traded in that. That was one where they had the sweaty GM give up his top 5 pick for 3 second-round picks. I was like, yeah, okay. And then he traded it for 3 first-round picks. I was like, do the phones not work in Seattle? Like, what are they doing?
Oh, man. Come on, Texans. You moved up. You have to have a plan. Let's go.
I gotta get.
Been saying pick is in
Draft
for
commercial.
several
I
minutes
know.
here.
We all know
We
who
all
you
know
want.
this is right? Yeah.
Shador. Here goes Shador.
Can you imagine?
With Stroud. The Patriots did the move where they would take a quarterback behind Brady forever and trade him for a higher pick later. It's not a bad strategy, but
Packers are going to do it with Malik Willis to your team.
that's great. I love
And-
it. We
and
should have
obvious-
taken him in the first instead of stupid Kenny Pickett.
And obviously, I'm kidding about Shador, but the other, this was exactly the spot a few years ago where the Eagles drafted Jalen Hurts and everybody just crucified them because, you got
Right.
Carson Wentz. You're set for life. Jalen Hurts isn't even going to be a good NFL quarterback. You remember that? The
Yes.
discourse from that draft was crazy. People were just killing the Eagles, and somebody got the last laugh on that.
I
Saw
mean,
a
Vegas
video.
is going to take him, and they're still 12 picks away. They're still the one team on the board that would take him unless somebody trades up. Nobody else is taking a QB. Maybe Tampa. Maybe Kyle Trask has been the backup for a million years, it feels like.
Tennessee could do the RG3 Kirk Cousins thing and just double up.
Yeah, not bad. RG3 and Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins ended up being the starter.
Yeah.
You like that? That was in Washington.
Yep. Oh, we're finally out of that business, Bogman. Yeah.
Well,
Bogman wants back into that business. What are you
you
talking
are.
about?
I may not be.
Bogman would love that business.
I would love it over Aaron Rodgers for sure. I know
man.
Kirk Thuggins going to show up for every single offseason thing.
Yep, he's already showed up for involuntary minicamp, and
See?
I don't even want him there.
Aaron Rodgers is going to be doing goddamn ayahuasca until 10 hours before week 1,
Oh.
telling people not to vaccinate their kids.
Oh, jeez.
Guy
So-
sucks.
Oh,
Rodgers
man.
sucks, dude.
You want him so far away from your team.
I do not want him.
I'm saying you want him so far away from your team.
It's like, they signed Vic too, and I do not like Vic. Everyone's
Yeah.
like, he paid his debt to society. I'm like, that doesn't mean I have to like him. I'm not trying to take his job away. I just think he sucks.
Over under George Pickens punching Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, please. You know what? I'll buy a Pickens jersey if that happens. They're going to
Give me
be
the
on
ball.
discount tomorrow, I feel like. So
Give me the ball. Who you talking to? Down goes Rodgers. Down goes Rodgers.
That's what happened to Mitch Trubisky. Deontay Johnson punched him in the face at halftime, and then Kenny Pickett came out to start the second half. I would have cut Deontay on the spot. You're punching your quarterback in the locker room. You are gone. It took him a whole nother year to get rid of his ass.
The Texans.
Ursery.
Yep. Shocker. Rappaport, you're wrong. It's number 48, not 58.
That's it. It is Ursery.
Starts.
Man, they got Higgins and Ursery in the second. That's pretty damn good.
After a trade back.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll be able to go get
trade back up. Trade down and trade up. That's
right. It didn't
That's
cost
a
you as
Patriot
much
style.
to come back up. Yeah.
Very much so. Yeah.
Well, that's isn't that their GM was the Patriots guy, right?
I don't know
Let me see.
who their GM is.
If it's still the same guy, I can't remember if he got fired or
Nick
not.
Cassero?
Nick Cassero. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, he was in New England for a long time. Wow. He was a director of player personnel for 12 years.
Oh, Juice Scruggs.
Now the Bengals are going to get Mike Green in the second round.
Juice Scrubs, that's what they call him.
Mike Green's still on the board for Cincy and Seattle.
And Denver, if they want to just have fun. I mean, whatever.
Denver needs to take Caleb Johnson or Cam Scatterboo.
DJ Giddens. Yes. Just throw a wrench in Scott's plans.
DJ Giddens has got another round to go. Pittsburgh, come on.
DJ Giddens at 83 would be nice.
I love it. I hope it happens. Who is this? This guy wasn't drafted in 2000.
Oh, man.
That was all guys from the 2000 draft. Tim Krumrie. Okay.
Is it Tim Krumrie?
Tim Krumrie, he's the guy whose ankle shattered and flopped all over the place in the Super Bowl. You remember that?
Oh, man.
Against the 49ers?
One of my favorite players right there.
Demetrius Knight. Okay. Fast.
There's another guy in that South Carolina. Oh, I guess we did. We mentioned him, didn't we?
We did. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a great defense. And I tell you what, I feel like I'm already going to be crazy high on Lenora Sellers next year.
Yes, you are. Cam Newton Jr. Let's go to work, kids.
Yeah. I'm honestly, he is the closest thing to Cam that I've seen.
That kid is oh my God. I'm saying, between him and Lagway, I just want to see them like race. I just want to see them do like any kind of physical activity against one another. Those two
Sellers is like bigger Milrow too.
Yes.
Like, tall Milrow.
What he did against Clemson, he just, single-handedly won them the game. Like, yeah. I'm high on yours.
Do you dare take Shedeur Sanders here when you just paid Sam Darnold $100 million? Is this Matt Flynn all over again? Right? Like,
ooh, I like where your head's at. Let's get weird.
Give yourself
But that's
some
a Pete
options.
Carroll move. That's that.
Yeah.
You got to get Pete Carroll's team to do that.
Or not that far away. Vegas picks it a little while.
Yeah, they should do it. I also kind of like Carolina,
Seattle's had a great start, though. Gray Zabel and Nick Emenwari.
Yes.
Let's go.
That's for sure.
This is the DK pick.
Oh yeah.
So if your team was picking here, who would you want?
Cam Scatterboo. He's good. He's much better than you think. 100%.
Yeah, he is. Yes, 1,000%. 1,000%.
Everyone's afraid of him because they think he can't run fast. He looked pretty. He ran past the Texas defense that just had all of their players drafted. All right, so He can do it against a top.
They were all dealing with acute forms of CTE from being ran over earlier in the game. So
yeah, by Cam Scatterboo.
Yeah, it's just not going to happen. Those are 19-year-olds, not minimum mortgages. It's just not going to happen.
They're all NFL players today.
Not going to happen.
What are you talking about?
I'm sorry. I'm not drafting Mike
By the
Allstott
way,
round 2.
How is it? This speaking of Texas, Baron Sorrell. Who did you say? Mike Allstott?
Yeah. I'm not drafting Mike Allstott in round 2. That is GM suicide. I'm okay. I'm good.
Is Mike Allstott in the Hall of Fame?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yes. The answer is yes.
I would assume so.
Mike Allstott is in the Hall. You don't want a Hall of Famer in the second round?
A Hall of Fame fullback? No. A Hall of Fame
I don't
fullback.
care what position he plays. He's
I don't
a
even know
Hall of
those-
Famer. He has a gold jacket, Xavier.
Yeah, his career rush yard, man. Please. He made the Pro Bowl with 665 yards one year. Don't do this.
Because he probably blocked for 1,400 yards for Tiki Barber, too.
Wow, he was oh wow, he finished second in rookie of the year voting. The league was so different. Oh, God.
It's not that different. You like big backs? You don't like big
Cannot lie.
running back? Oh, come on.
Yes.
There
Sorry,
it
it's
goes.
just too easy.
I did
Yes,
put that one
sir.
on a T.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
I think they should just take Tate Ratledge. Just lean into the interior
or Jared
offensive line.
Wilson. Yeah. How about Baron Sorrell? Who did they already take?
Emin and Gray Zabel.
Yeah, this has to be a line pick here then.
Quick lineage for Demetrius Knight. Cousins of Gladys Knight and Aretha Franklin.
Wow.
Right?
And you think he's going to sing the national anthem one of these days before the
Gotta try
game,
it.
like in his jersey? I think
Gotta
he
try
should.
it. Yeah.
He's got to have a voice. If you don't have a voice with that family, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Not like he's us singing up here.
Let's go.
Boy, they really want this to take till 11 again. So the Panthers traded up too because they were way back in the third. So they moved up to take what defensive player? Sean.
That feels like a edge for them to trade up that high.
How about you let Sean Alexander to announce another running back. And then they're gonna trade Kenneth Walker to Pittsburgh. I'm gonna spooky ghost this whole office.
Just turn off the camera.
Yeah. Elijah Arroyo.
Oh, I like that.
Huh. All right.
I don't hate it. I just think
that a
the
mis-
defensive line pretty bad.
Yeah.
Is Arroyo next to Fant?
Yeah, they're the same dude. Yeah, Arroyo, dude. Arroyo lost. He cost me money sometimes.
I believe Arroyo got picked after Terrence Ferguson.
That's
Pretty shocking. I do
that's
like
true.
I don't dislike Terrence Ferguson. I just don't know how he's better than Eli Arroyo.
I guess the floor maybe is higher on him because
Sure.
Arroyo can't block. So, and I don't know if he's ever going to be able to block. I think Ferguson's got a little bit of blocking in him, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Better than
I would
Arroyo
agree with
anyway.
that. Yeah. Did anybody see the details of this trade yet? Xavier, you got it? Okay, he's busy. What do we got here?
Shifter might have it. Let me check.
Let's make it the end of the Bryce Young era. Bring in
Field
Shador.
Yates. Broncos trade 51, 84, 122, and 208. The Panthers got 57, 74, 111, and 230. So the Panthers move up 6 here and then move up 10, or then lose 10, and then lose 11, and then lose 20.
Scourton?
Weird. It's not
Mike Green, Scourton, Landon Jackson.
They really should. They should take Mike Green.
It should be edge here. I would think. Yeah.
It's got to be an edge guy.
I think we can safely assume by now that something hit on Mike Green's background check that not every team is loving.
Especially if he slips out of the second.
Like, at some point, the Sun Belt is only the Sun Belt, and you take a chance on it because Gray Zabel went in the first round. So,
well, that was the rumor, right? That Mike Green. I thought I'd heard stuff about him.
Yeah, Nick Scourton, you stud.
Yeah, two.
Yeah, two of them. One in high school and one in college.
Yeah, one in high school, one in college.
But everything that I heard before the draft was every team vetted it and they found nothing. And so people were still putting Mike Green in the middle of the first. So it might be that plus a medical thing if he falls out of the second. Tennessee. This has got to be it's got to be a wideout, right? Who's left? Trey Harris. And
can we talk about how awesome that Nick Scourton pick is for them?
That's really
Just
good.
Fantastic.
Pick. I mean, it's exactly what they need. Noel is still left for Tennessee. Aymanor Besh. Royals, Trey Harris. What else could they use? I don't think they're taking a running back. Anything on defense. They could take a linebacker here, but I think the good ones are gone. Your boy Chris Paul could go soon. How about Trey Amos here for Tennessee? Or Ravel. Ravel and Morrison still on the board too.
We got the Packers are 2 picks away. Let's keep those guys on the board. Let's keep some of those cornerbacks on
Priorities.
Trey Amos, Siobhan Ravel, Benjamin Morrison, all those guys can stay there just so they can make the pick.
All right.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, he does.
Oladejo.
Get their Harold Landry replacement.
Yep.
That they need that too, pretty bad.
He kerfuffled through that name.
I mean, he did. That was like me trying to read that name. As like that was almost a John Lobb right there. Let's see. Right now, it's Draymond Jones, Arden Key, Jalen Harrell, and Lorenzo Carter at edge. So Oladejo might see a lot of field time this year. That is not a good. That is not a good class.
Cam Ward and Obafemi Oladejo. Not bad.
Not bad.
Not
a bad start.
Still need a receiver.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, but do you think at that point it would have been a reach to take one at 52?
If this isn't Mike Green or Princely, what are the Bucs doing? Right? You already took Igbuka, which seemed to not make sense.
Yeah.
They still need a corner. They need edge help more than anybody.
Yeah, they do.
Anybody that's not Tennessee, but
I don't know how you can convince yourself that Joe Tryon is going to be a guy that you want to keep, relying on. Oh, he's not even there anymore. I'm sorry.
Maybe he left. Maybe a linebacker too, because Levante David is my age. It's not good.
Genuine. And then
Servastier and Anthony Walker, a corpse, and Deion Jones, a corpse. And
then they like Yaya Diaby. They took Chris Braswell last year.
What is this dude? What is Speed famous for? Just doing backflips?
No,
what else does he do?
He's one of the biggest streamers in the world.
Yeah,
what is he streaming? Play video games?
Yeah, he's a video game streamer.
Okay.
for the most part. Yeah.
I mean, I've seen him a million times, but all I've ever seen him do is backflips and get speared on WWE.
Yeah, he's also like a low-key freak athlete. He was a 4-star high school recruit.
Was he? Okay.
Decided not to play sports and just tried to stream. Yeah.
No CTE streaming, baby. I don't mind that. You can make that much money. I'll take it.
They had him do the Combine 40 thing, like the Fanville. I think he ran like a 4.42 in like Yeezys.
Damn.
Yeah, it was something crazy. Yeah, like that kid's a ridiculous athlete.
Adam Sandler had a joke about doing a backflip in his special. It was it's like, I always just wanted to do a backflip my whole life. I just wanted to do this backflip. Never could do it. And then I went to like he has like 20 minutes in between. He doesn't talk about the backflip. And then he went to the Vatican and he met the Pope. He said, Your Holiness, I know I'm a Jew, but do you think I could get into heaven? And he said, Can you do a backflip? And I went, No. Ooh, yeah, because the edge rushers here, they did take Chris Braswell last year and they signed Hassan Reddick. So it's getting better. Yaya Diaby was good, but it's Anthony Nelson, Jose Ramirez, Marquise Watts. They have Mike Green with an E on the end as a 3-4 end. Yeah, but we're going to get into the point here where some of these edge rushers, you know, like Landon Jackson's going to go before Mike Green, huh? Princely. And then, like, if Jack Sawyer goes ahead of him, there's something really wrong with Mike Green. If he doesn't go today, what are you, 6th? 5th? Someone just eventually takes, take him and hope.
Could be.
I mean, might as well at that point, right? I mean, yeah, you got the allegations, but geez, I mean,
can't be Cleveland or Baltimore.
Well, fair.
Dealing with too much.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's not a good look.
Yeah.
I'd say my team can't take him either. You know,
I mean,
still hate the Steelers because of Roethlisberger.
Imagine you do it in your Arizona. I mean, you somehow walk away with Walter Nolan, Will Johnson, and Mike Green.
Just keep taking the guy that slips. That's the Ravens right there.
And then you got Josh Sweat already in free agency. You fixed your defense overnight.
Man, you really did. You made that secondary. Like, you didn't take corners, but more corners, but you made that secondary better. Oh, Buxton just hit a big fly.
Home run tonight. Nice.
You bet on him yesterday?
Yeah, or 2 days ago. But they were playing the White Sox. They got blanked. I said, really? Right, thanks.
That was Shane Smith, right? He looked real good.
Yep.
Is that Todd Bowles? No, who is that? Who is it?
I don't know.
Simeon
Rice.
Simeon Rice.
That's a really good pick. Wow. I'm upset.
They can only take one, though.
Ben Morrison. Okay.
I like that pick a lot.
That is a good. If he can play, that's a great pick.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a leak before the Packers pick. Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
I said he can only take one. We still got Siobhan Ravel.
Yep.
Zari Thomas.
Yeah.
And Trey Amos. We only need one. Only need one. Let's go.
I feel like you're missing somebody in there. Oh, well, you could take Darian Porter, but I feel like this would be too high for him.
You could take Darian Porter. I'd be okay with Darian Porter. The other three are above that, though. It's like a tier system.
So the rumor has it on our side of the world that the Falcons are dead set on not taking a corner this year, so they can take AJ's brother next year out of Clemson. And so they're like, yeah, we're not going to address corner at all. We're going to bring back Kevin King. Yeah.
Been there, done that.
I know you have. Yeah. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, so if you could pick one of those three names you just said, which one would you go with?
That's a good question. Ravel first. Amos and then Azari Thomas. I think Amos and Ravel. Azari Thomas is below him.
Yeah,
Something
for sure.
like that.
Yeah, for sure. Ravel reminds me of Quinyon Mitchell from last year. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
And I think he would have been picked. I think he would have been picked in a similar range, if not for the injury history.
Green and golden. Wearing number 81, they announced.
Oh yeah, they I was watching ABC and Desmond Howard was talking about it. He was like, "Yes, cool. Somebody's finally wearing my number that I like."
Are we doing the what is the worst possible scenario?
Oh, let's do that. Let's do that.
It's
I think
Shador.
Ryan Fitzgerald is still on the
definitely
board. Haven't you
Shador,
been complaining about kickers for a long time, CK?
Brandon McManus.
Oh.
Didn't somebody say last night like this is the timeline where Green Bay takes a quarterback?
Oh, don't do that to me.
Right after
is there anybody the Packers could take that the Packers fans right now would boo? I mean, these are not Jets fans. Is it even theoretically possible for Packers fans to boo? They're going to cheer whatever get picked, right?
I think so.
For
I don't think
sure.
boo anybody.
Unless it's really a kicker.
I hear this.
I'll mute myself.
Like the sports memory said, the Saints stunned everyone by selecting Tyler Shook with the number 40 pick. Reports say the Saints got kicked out of the draft, and by the time they had logged in, the Yahoo app had auto drafted for them.
Yeah, Kyle says Sanders would get boos. There you go.
Didn't Jordan Love get boos?
I'm not sure.
Goodell, you coward. You come on stage to introduce the Packers pick the one time you can't get booed.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Oh, he just rolled his eyes. It's too early.
Oh.
It's too early, but I don't hate the pick. But it's too early, I feel like. Didn't we?
Okay. Not the desired choice. I actually like Anthony Belton. I just thought that's like 30 picks early for it.
Yeah, you had him at 89 on your
enormous.
Yeah.
I just feel like that's a little early.
Enormous.
But
in your combined mock, you had him at 89.
And I think that's about where I would have said he goes.
Yeah.
But he's huge. They love big tackles. Like that's what they love. They love
they
massive
cannot
tackles.
lie.
Exactly. And you cannot lie. So I set it up for you too.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yep. Set it up, knock it down.
Well, the Packers fans seemed a little subdued by that. Some of them are excited, but some of them seem pretty calm by that.
Have they been complaining about tackles? Who are the tackles right now? Zach Tom and who else?
Rasheed Walker. He is
Walker.
Perfectly average.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be fair, they didn't have many issues on defense outside of the one corner spot, right? Like, and
Still
obviously you got Nate Hobbs. You're fine.
Is this him pushing a Yukon Denali? Okay.
He was. Yeah, he was. What'd you break down? I'll push you home. What are you, a couple miles away?
Yeah,
it's fine.
In the mud, I'm good. I'm solid.
He pushed a Denali like the other kids push a sled.
Oh, jeez.
Who did the Chargers already have?
Chad.
Just Omari and Hampton. So this, Mike Green, Princely, they need edge. Another wideout too, like Trey Harris wouldn't be bad here. Dude, imagine Trey Harris with Herbert.
That'd be a good fit.
Oh,
nice job.
Wow.
All your shot.
Damn. Dude, I love that fit. I was just thinking fit.
Wow. Wait.
Bang. I called this one, Xavier, if you didn't hear.
I did not.
I said, imagine Trey Harris with Justin Herbert.
Good shit.
And then they took him.
Coming out in a powder blue Brewers.
Yeah, I was kind of thrown off by that.
I love it. I love it.
I was like, wait, that's the Brewers. Okay, cool.
Bang.
I mean, we needed a receiver. We talked
about they needed an outside guy too, because they have Ladd. But yeah, Trey Harris. I love that fit, man.
And Joshua Palmer signed with the Bills. So
yeah.
That's
a great fit.
So Chad texted me from camping. He's like, "Don't they know they have the best offensive tackle in the game in the reserves, Jordan Morgan?"
He's gonna play guard, right?
I know. He should play guard. Yeah, he should.
Look at him showing that graphic of Omarion Hampton next to Najee Harris.
I'll watch. Now here goes Cam Scatterboo to the Bears because it can't stop taking skill position.
Here's your reach for Dylan Sampson. Okay.
Oh man. No, the Steelers are going to take Dylan Sampson. I'm going to be pissed. He's not bad. I just think he's Devin Singletary 2.0, which is fine. But we have fine. That Jaylen Warren is fine.
Yeah.
Probably a little better than fine. I'm probably downplaying him. But I feel like if he gets 20 carries in a game, he's going to break down.
Yeah.
I had Harris pre-draft at 23. I had him behind the aforementioned Dylan Sampson and RJ Harvey is still on the board. Damian Martinez, DJ Giddens, Jalen Knoll, A. Manor still on the board. Yeah, for Superflex, I had him below Jackson Dart. I had him below Shador. Obviously, that's not going to be the case anymore. Shador is going to go in the third, apparently, unless he goes to Vegas in 2 picks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he could go to Vegas.
I don't know why not. Like, who is backing up Geno right now? Aiden O'Connell? Is that what you want? We've done that dance. It doesn't work, right? Carter Bradley from South Alabama is their only other guy. Sure, makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to do the team a solid, that being Pete Carroll, you do get him somewhat of a quarterback of the future. Even though I don't think he's going to be there that long. But yeah.
This needs to be Princely.
Let him. He's gonna slide right to Kansas City. Fun.
The Lions traded up 3 spots
To get right behind Chicago?
Yeah, the Broncos traded 57 and 230 for 60 and 130.
They're going to take Milrow 1 spot ahead of Vegas.
Oh, my God.
Hendon Hooker's already not working out. Teddy Bridgewater is ancient. I think they found carvings of Teddy Bridgewater at Gobekli Tepe or whatever it's called. Are we like kind of tipping into the Jason Kelsey is now annoying? No.
Nah.
I think we tipped into that when I feel like once the podcast started, his annoyance rose substantially.
I could go another year. And I'd be like, all right, cool.
1 more year. Okay. I mean, I'm not whatever, but
there's a lot worse
his face a lot this week. There's been a lot of Campbell commercials this week, I feel like.
Yeah, that's fair. There's a lot worse people I could see on my TV screen.
This is still, I mean, it's way better than when Verizon bought every ad
for the
combine, and Ned Yost was on my TV every 11 seconds. I wanted to pull my hair out. So a second and a fourth to move up 3 spots. They drop 100. They really want to get in front of Vegas. Maybe this is Milrow or Sanders. Goff is old.
He's aging.
Sanders would be not bad. Like, actually, wouldn't be bad for them. Although they have Hendon Hooker, right?
They do, but
he's got to be coming up on a. Does he need a new contract soon? How long has it been?
I think this is his 3rd year because his first year he was injured the whole year, right? Like he just pulled his knee out. And then last year, I think he played a little, but Teddy Bridgewater played. So I think this might be it for him. And Bridgewater's 100. So
he signed.
Oh,
I forgot. We still have the Bears to pick.
He signed a 4-year deal.
Seth Rollins. Like, I was like, there is no way that is an NFL player. Like, oh, that's Seth Rollins. Okay. What is going on here?
Those glasses are so big. He looks like he might be a blind guy.
Jeez, those guys are huge.
I think my grandpa had those.
They could not find a single player who wanted to do it. They
Who
couldn't.
is this guy?
We have to go up
He's
to
a
Green
wrestler.
Bay.
He's a
We're gonna get
WWE
booed
guy.
mercilessly. Send in the WWE guys.
Oh
Did he
my
not just win a
gosh.
title like a week ago? Something like that.
They said 205,000 people were at the draft yesterday.
Yep.
Jeez.
Oh
That
shit.
can't be much more than the entire population. That's probably close to the entire population of Green Bay.
Probably more, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's not big.
I think I sent it to you on Instagram, CK. It was the people in Green Bay charging money for to park in their yard.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they do it every Sunday also, but
The stadium is just like in a residential area. It is.
It's so
Yeah,
funny.
according to what I'm seeing, the population of Green Bay is 105,000.
Yeah.
It's like double the population. They
So
doubled the population. Or
the
tripled.
whole population and then 105,000 people more.
Yeah.
Just say the name, you dick. Trapilo. All of that for Ozzy Trapilo. Are they going to take a defensive player in this draft?
They don't believe in it. A tackle? I guess. Yeah. I mean, fair.
He's huge. Like, keep adding on to the line. Sure. Give yourself options, but
he's a massive human being.
They need interior rotation pieces and edge rushers.
Yeah.
Bad.
Very
they have
bad.
linebacker. They have they could probably use another safety too, because Shaquan Brisker
Always
did not
hurt.
play after game 5 with a concussion. That's a
always
pretty
hurt.
bad concussion.
Yeah. Always hurt. I mean, you
You're
can't
just gonna take Kevin Winston and have all of the injured Penn State safeties.
Yes. But you can't tell me that next year you're okay with a rotation at edge of Montez Sweat, Dayo Odiengbo, Austin Booker, Daniel Hardy. Like that's not gonna cut it. It's not gonna cut it.
Are we going Shador to Detroit here?
I'm not a big fan of their draft so far. I'll be honest.
I like the players they've taken.
I love Luther, but I'm not a big fan of Loveland at 10.
I don't like those guys going together to Chicago.
Yes.
You already have Morin Odunze
and Komet.
and Komet.
Yeah.
They should trade Komet.
Well, they just paid Komet, right?
Trade him. Someone wants him.
I mean, I'm sure, but
I would have rather had Komet than spent my second round. Who did the Jets take? Mason Taylor? I would have rather traded for Komet.
yeah, he got a 4-year, $50 million deal. Yeah, or he's on a 4-year, $50 million. I had this pick spoiled for me. Somebody texted me this one when and was extremely happy.
He was happy, or he wasn't happy.
He was happy, but I don't think for the reasons of actually being a Lions fan.
If you're a Lions, I mean, yeah, you would not want Shador coming there. You got all the vibes right now. People love
about
the
Milroe?
coach. Everything's good. Yeah, I mean, Milroe would be fine. You can use him to do different things too, right?
You
running action.
definitely can. Yeah.
I mean, a reverse to Milroe opens up all the options.
Yeah.
Let's get weird.
I mean, who's going to call more of those plays than Detroit, right?
Oh, sure.
I mean, knowing that the Packers don't have any cornerbacks to stop, an outside run from a guy like that.
If Milroe doesn't go by the end, I want Pittsburgh to trade up. I give you next year's third and this year's third. Like, move up. Go get Milroe.
Is that?
Oh my god! Just announce the pick.
Look at the nice Packers fans to the Detroit people. That guy looks like he's about to cry.
Meanwhile, you got CK talking. Just announce the pick.
Just announce it. Just say the pick. Just say the pick. Then you can say what you want afterwards.
Ain't nobody listening after.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, get out of here now.
Yeah.
Ooh. Man, that is a really good pick. And it's such a Lions pick, too.
Mm-hmm.
Tate Ratledge. Oh, man. He is a Lions pick. You couldn't get a bigger shirt for my man there.
Man, you could. Man, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, we didn't have an extra X back there, like we could take.
Yeah, you got a 3X. Let's go.
Hey, what size do you wear, man? A 2X. You look about a 3.
You know what? These run small. We're gonna give you a 3.
Right. You know, it's 100% cotton. We watched them already. You know,
he ordered the shirt, and then he came into Green Bay a week early and ate. And then,
as the resident fat man on this panel here, if you're not reaching all the way up and looking in the mirror before you leave, you're doing it wrong, right? Like you got to reach all the way up, make sure none of that's coming out.
Oh.
Wow. You know what? Seeing that athleticism score from the Georgia offensive line pisses me off because we couldn't get to the second level all year if we tried.
This has to be a receiver.
It
has to be.
Jesse, that private chat, that's for you. This can't be a wide receiver. This has to be Shedeur. It has to be.
No, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have
You're right. You're right. It doesn't. Spore and I were sitting there. And Spore's like, he needs to pull his shirt down.
I'm gonna go spoil this pick for me just to see.
Is this Matt Millen? How is he not getting the biggest cheer in the world from the Packers fans? He kept Detroit shitty for 15 years.
No, Steve Wisniewski.
Oh, it's Wisniewski. Dude, he looks exactly like Didn't Matt Millen pass, actually? Did he pass away, Matt Millen?
Let's check.
What?
I thought he had cancer a couple years ago.
What?
Am I wrong?
I missed that.
No.
Okay. Must have been somebody else.
Alive.
To him.
He's alive. Yeah.
Okay, my bad. I think it was one of his friends. I couldn't remember if it was him or one of his buddies, and he was crying. You know what it was? It was, did DeBartolo die last year? The Niners guy? Because he played for the Niners.
Niners architect? I think so.
Oh, here we go.
Jack Besh. There you go. It's kind of a wide receiver. Kind of a tight end.
It's a good pick.
It is a good pick. There's so
I think I actually had Jacoby Myers down for him. I have to look back.
Oh, really?
I think I might have.
He's kind of that guy, too.
Let's see.
Hey, Bachman, who are they going to take?
Ooh, the Isaiah
Who's
Bond
the best player left?
Mike Green.
Mike Green. Oh, my God.
They can't take Mike Green, though.
Scott might throw up on air.
Well, they can't take Mike Green, though. You can't take an SA guy with Justin Tucker.
Fair.
Shedeur. Back up to Lamar.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, yeah, let's get weird.
Oh.
No, they'll take Milroe because he's exactly Lamar.
Yeah,
there you go.
And I hate
it
because I want him on my team.
What are you gonna do? Run scout team versus one another? See which one's more athletic?
They'll put him in the backfield with Derrick Henry. Tell me, what is it more dangerous backfield than having Jalen Milroe, Lamar Jackson, and Derrick Henry back there? Name me a more difficult one.
They've already got Cooper Rush. They're gonna stick with him. That's their backup quarterback this year.
Man,
they kind of need a nickel.
Baltimore. They do.
Trey Amos.
Do they still have TJ Tampa who didn't play last year?
Correct.
Man, Trey Amos is not bad. Who's the best edge rusher? Umami Ellen fits them pretty well.
Watts hasn't gone yet, has he?
Nope.
No, he hasn't. But they just took
Malachi Starks.
Yeah, and they have Hamilton.
Correct. Yeah. Unless they're going to put Hamilton in the box at all times now.
Yeah, I think this is edge. I'll go Umar-Mielen or Landon Jackson.
Ooh,
that's good too.
Oh man, they're gonna make that kid cry with the amount of times they showed that highlight of him in high school slapping the bags. Come on, kid.
Yeah,
Genty and
I remember. Is that why you didn't like him because of a high school thing he did?
No, I like Landon Jackson. I like Landon Jackson.
You just said Howie wouldn't take him. That's all.
Yeah, I thought Howie would be like, no.
I mean,
this guy slapped the pads. No,
how many white edge rushers does Denver need? They could take Landon Jackson. God dang, Cam.
Could you convince yourself in taking, if you're Baltimore, could you convince yourself in taking a backup running back?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
We put Sampson there.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because Derrick Henry is old. And for running backs, when it falls off pretty hard.
And they don't really have like anywhere close to an every down back behind him. Like it's Justice Hill, it's Keaton Mitchell, Keaton Mitchell and Rasheen Ali. Like I don't want any of those guys getting 20 carries a game.
Yeah, no. I mean, Mitchell would have been the guy, but he just did not look the same after the ACL tear. Maybe he'll look better this year.
Yeah.
But he did not have the juice. And if you're that guy at that size and you don't have the juice, you don't have anything.
Right.
So,
and then sneaky thought, but receiver has to be at least a conversation that they have.
So they're gonna take Cam Scatterboo, and I'm gonna be fucking pissed. Oh man, I hope that does not happen.
Oh man.
Xavier, can you see if you can find a spoiler on this pick and tell me that it's not?
Do you actually want to be spoiled? Seriously?
I don't want it to be spoiled. I just want you to look and tell me it's not Cam Scatterboo.
It's not Cam Scatterboo.
It isn't?
I can tell you that straight up.
He hasn't even looked. You're not looking.
Oh.
Okay. You have it. Okay. It's not Cam Scatterboo. Okay.
Oh, it's not Cam Scatterboo. But I'm going to tell you one thing. You're going to be pissed. Hey, you're still going to be upset.
Then it's Sorrell. Is it no? How is Sorrell still on the board, by the way? Freddie went above Sorrell.
Yeah, he did. I love Sorrell. I hope keep falling because the Falcons can still use more edge.
What do you need? You need more edge?
Yes, I've got Leonard Floyd in my rotation. That guy could drop tomorrow.
He should go to Washington right here is what he should do.
He should. But then, if Swenson's still even on the board. I like Swenson a lot.
Swenson is still on the board, yeah. Yeah, Mommy Ellen and Mike Green are still on the board.
Yeah.
It's Mike Green then, huh? It's Mike Green. He's grinning. It is. I can't believe they would do that.
You overvalue how many teams care about situations like
obviously, the Ravens don't give a shit.
They don't give a
My
shit.
God.
Oh, my God. Why do people allow this to happen? This is just the same way I feel about Campbell going to the Eagles. We can't keep letting them get away with this, but we seemingly do every single year. And you know what? It makes sense because Ojabo just hasn't worked.
Yeah, he tore his Achilles and has not worked.
Yeah, it just has not worked. That experiment hasn't worked out. And Jesus, you get a technician. Oh my God. I can't wait for Mike Green to have
damn. Tyler Shook's girl's a smoke show. And of course they have a golden retriever.
Oh,
and they're in Scottsdale. This is the whitest house I've ever seen in my life. Even the walls are white.
Jesus, there's not a pop of color in Tyler Shuck's house. That's ridiculous. My God, guys.
Looks like a Diddy party in there. With the white out.
There's got to be one friend, a wide receiver perhaps, that you have in high school.
It is Arizona, man.
That's true.
I think there were 7 black kids in my graduating class.
Like a 5'11" guard who just never made it, but who's really just somebody back there. Come on.
more than CK's class, I'm sure. What do you have? 13 people in your graduating class? How many people live in your town?
So I live in a town of like 300,
Holy
but I
shit.
went to a high school of, I don't know, there's like 200 in my class.
200 in your class? Okay.
My class is bigger than CK's town. Wow.
So was mine. Yeah.
I had 676. Am I
I
saying
had like 500. Something like that.
My class was 33.
33?
And we had 7 towns.
Wow. 7 towns.
7 towns, man.
My God.
It was like 200 square miles
That
of
sounds, honestly,
rural Iowa.
that sounds so much better than the graduation ceremony for most high schools. It takes like half a day. Read off everybody's name. You know, you guys could have gone to a Papa John's and had a party. Like, I mean,
Yeah, seriously.
It was low key. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was class president, man. I got to speak.
I am not surprised.
I would say the same for my class. We actually were really fast. Ours was military.
You would have been class president of my class too, I think. With a lot of
no.
So.
I mean, it was just like, all right, who wants to do it?
I was like, it was kind of it was like, you're the only guy who signed up. There you go.
Yeah, it's like everybody takes one step back.
They have taken 15 minutes of this 7-minute clock.
Lord.
Who is this? Is that Ogden?
Well, see, they
Jason
got names on their
Brown.
dang board back there. Yeah.
Well, we know which way Jason Brown went, Xavier.
Wow. It's a large. Oh, wow.
Behemoth.
Yeah. He looks like if he had like a bunch of like 6-year-old kids, they just like run into his stomach for fun. Just like
We don't need a trampoline. We got Uncle Jason.
yeah.
Jump on his belly. Will you shut your mouth and read the pick?
Is his goatee?
Oh.
With the
Here it is.
dissertation.
Is his goatee?
Mike Green,
Yeah.
Malachi Starks, and Mike Green.
Green.
What
We
the
can't
fuck?
keep letting
Who's
them get
doing
away.
better, Arizona or Baltimore?
Baltimore.
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 But I mean, it's probably a push to a degree, but Baltimore. Are you kidding me? My boy is balling. He's been sitting on that couch all day.
He might have thought maybe I'm just not getting drafted.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it was looking bleak there. We talked about it. There were so many teams that needed edge that just kept saying no, 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 no. So,
Good Lord.
where's Mike from? Doesn't he stay around that area?
Is he West
Virginia?
Virginia?
I think it's
I think-
Virginia.
I think he's a DMV.
Yeah, it says Virginia. Toano,
Yeah.
Virginia is where he is.
Yeah, so he's a DMV kid. So he gets his kind of.
That was the one where he just
that's cool, yeah.
Connerly. I mean, Connerly kind of slipped, but good Lord.
Well, when he just destroys him as a human being, everything. Yeah.
Jalen Knoll to Denver here. Let's go.
Jesus, the way he put Connolly on his ass.
Caleb Johnson. Let's get a skill position here.
For Denver.
Yeah, you got to take one before the goddamn Bears pick again.
Yeah, you gotta give Bo Nix somebody, please.
Right.
Like I get it, Sean Payton.
I don't think they like Caleb Johnson. I think he's too similar to Estimate. I think it would be someone like shiftier.
Let's see
Don't you
who's
think?
left that
So
shit.
not Cam.
Not Cam.
Is that what you're saying?
like Tootin,
Missing
like
Cam
Tootin
Sampson.
or RJ Harvey,
RJ Harvey
Sampson or
would be fun.
Harvey. Yeah, Harvey would be great here.
something like that. Because I think they like Estimate a lot.
I don't know why.
I didn't say I like him. I
Is
said
that
they like
who
him.
did they have for Latavius Murray? That's Audric Estime.
Yeah.
Oh,
How many times you have to start Latavius Murray because everybody else is hurt, Jesse?
that's yeah. Yeah. That's just the grossest thing ever. I never was a Murray man.
Look at this. I like this guy. He gets right up there and he announces the pick.
Monty
Oh.
Ball.
Monte
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, everybody's
RJ
on the right
Harvey.
track. Yeah.
Look at that.
Perfect. Way to be. Boom. Awesome, CK.
You call that one, CK?
Yeah, he did. He said they're not gonna take Caleb because he's too big and they like Estime. They would rather go with Harvey. Perfect call. This is such a good fit here too.
Mm-hmm.
RPOs with Bo Nix. He worked with Bo Nix that can throw in KJ or that can't throw in KJ Jefferson.
Bo Nix that can throw.
Bo Nix that can't throw. That's KJ Jefferson. I still think. I mean, that's a good pick. I might have taken Jalen Knoll still, but all right. What edge rusher for Washington? It's got to be edge, right? It's just
Princely'd
Connerly
be
still
good.
for them, right?
Princely'd be good. Yeah, I think it's just Josh Connerly. But
Pittsburgh, can you trade up here and take Jalen Milroe, please?
What picks do they have?
Pittsburgh has it's like 80 something in the third. It's 83, 123, 156, 185, and 229. I think it would be like their third this year and third next year, or third and a second.
do the Vikings have a third round pick, Jesse?
I think so.
They only have like 4 picks, right?
Yeah.
Yes, they picked 97. Right?
97.
Yeah.
Here we go.
97?
Yep. End of
Ramus.
round 3, and then
That's
5
not
and
bad.
6.
Good job. Good job.
That's a good pick for Washington.
I like
Dude, this
Amos.
has to be Princely.
Yes, I said this. This is
Chicago.
Princely.
It's got to be Princely.
Roll Ridge.
Oh, I thought
Louisiana.
Washington took Trey Amos.
yeah. If it's not,
I love how their
Princely-
comparison is another Trey. Trey White.
Yep.
It makes it so much better.
I think we might be starting this Tags League rookie draft on Sunday
Jeez.
because I just got an email that says Jody Smith would like you to pay your fee from League Safe.
I have one that's on Monday.
Tell me why the Chiefs don't look at Princely like a better version of Charles Omenihu and go with him.
It's not as fast as Charles Menahue. First
He's
of
not
all,
fast. No, that's true.
we're not gonna. I'm not gonna have Charles Menahue disparaging comments here. Forget where you are, Xavier. But he is constantly hurt or suspended.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? They could use an interior guy. I know they signed Tillery and they still
Yeah.
have Naughty, but they need there's still some good interior guys.
Yeah, there is. I mean, Darius Alexander is in their lap if they want it.
Oh, man, he still is there. Farmer, Norman
Yeah.
Lott, Dale Walker is still there.
Oh man, Deion Walker next to Chris Jones.
I kept giving him every mock we did into the third. The last pick for Kansas City in the third was Dale Walker for me. I mean, he's enormous, but he has I guess it's the back injury.
Yeah.
And teams are worried about it. So
I mean, but you can bring Deion Walker as slowly as you want to.
So I'll let you guys. I think the numbers are dwindling here. You guys want to kill this at the second when I go to FP at the end of the second, and then maybe come back tomorrow or something. I mean,
I was gonna. I kind of have to go after this round.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can call it good.
let's kill it after the KC pick then, and then we'll come back. I'll probably come back tomorrow, and if not, I'll have all my rankings done Sunday for everybody, just so everybody knows.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's madness to me to draft the day after the NFL draft, and some people really like to. I mean,
there are
get it,
people that
maybe-
draft before.
Yeah, I had people telling I like someone sent me like their draft thing like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a bunch of leagues have been doing is if they're doing an initial dynasty draft, they've been including like instead of drafting a player, you can draft 1.1.
So I did that.
1.2.
I did
Yeah.
one of those. Let me see if I can pull that up.
That was interesting.
So it's like a best ball dynasty, right? So you don't have to set a lineup.
Mhm.
I'd be tempted to do one of those. Best balls are.
I could not do any more lineup setting, dude. Like,
Yes.
What was it?
I cut down. I have 5 baseball teams this year that have daily lineups. So
You said you cut down?
yeah, I had 12 last year.
Shit.
I bet Jesse has 39. How many daily or weekly transaction baseball leagues do you have, Jesse?
Baseball, I have 8.
That's not
then
bad.
About that many football. I got 4 basketball, and I got about 8 hockey. No, wait, 6 hockey.
Man.
So it goes all year round, you know.
That's why you had to retire.
Exactly. It was too much, man. It was getting in the way of my fantasy.
That's right. Stupid work.
So that draft went Gibbs, Chase, Bijan, Jefferson, Lamb, Neighbors, Thomas, Brock Bowers, 1.1, Amonra, Brees, Puka, Nakua.
So Genty in the middle there, 1.1.
Mm-hmm. And then the next pick would have went like. Then there was a whole round where no picks were taken. Then the next pick went at like it would have been like the third pick of the third round would have been the second pick. And I didn't take anything early. So I think my earliest pick is like mid-third.
Mid-third.
Well, I know I traded you the 1-1 in 3 Sports, DK.
They have 1 and 2, I think, don't you?
Yeah.
How about a defensive player, Bears?
My picks in that one that I was talking about, I have 3, 6, 4, 3, 4, 5, and 4, 10.
You sound like Rip Torn from Dodgeball. Dodge, dip, duck, dive, and dodge. That was your cadence right there. All right. Come on, Bears.
There's a defensive guy. Look at that. See, they got one.
Oh, man, I'm way behind you. I just had Des White here asking for booze. What did he say?
I love that pick.
Oh,
He's good. You're a hater.
whatever.
He's good. I got it. How about Shedeur Sanders to Kansas City?
How about Pittsburgh trades up and takes a quarterback so I don't have to watch Aaron Rodgers and Mason Rudolph. Rudolph, the red-nosed racist.
Rudolph the red-nosed racist.
Andy Reid and Pete Carroll are the only 2 coaches who were head coaches when Deion Sanders was playing.
See? That's basically a guarantee now.
Yeah,
It's basically
not Vegas,
a guarantee.
Wow.
Kansas City.
Wow.
All right, this is the last pick we'll watch, and then I got to pop over to FP and we'll shut it down. I may come back. I'm not going to be awake enough to start at 11 a.m. I know that tomorrow. So we may come back like at the end of round 4.
Scott,
So if you get bored tomorrow, you should go to Dodgeville to the grilled cheese championships. I'll be selling popcorn.
What?
There.
The grilled cheese championships?
I might fly in for that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wisconsin grilled cheese championship.
You could have told me about this yesterday. I could have caught a flight.
Yeah.
This sounds
what were you going to say before that, Xavier?
Oh, is your hold to stay with this pick that he's an Aggie? Is like that?
Yeah, of course.
Is that curing?
And speaking of Aggies, this asshole's an Aggie right here, too. Dante Hall.
Yeah. Gave me dreams that I could play football as a young kid, being that short.
Dude, he should have. He was misused in Kansas City.
Oh well, yeah.
Omar Norman Lott.
Oh man, that's fantastic.
That's a good pick for KC to put next to Chris
dude.
Jones.
I think we gave him that.
man.
Did we get that right?
Wow.
I think you did. Hold on, I got your setting.
Oh, we might have got that right. Yeah.
Let me make sure. No.
We gave them Walker, huh? I usually do Walker for
No, in round 2, you gave them Collins.
Oh, Freddie.
The wrong defensive tackle.
Yeah, you gave them Collins.
All right, everybody. That is going to wrap it up for us. I'll be, when I'm done, I'm doing the first half of round 3 on FP, and then I'll be on the group me talking about the picks as they happen. So we will still be there, and all of my picks will be up on Patreon on Sunday at some point. So that is it for us today. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Still no Shador, still no Milrow. They're not going to be both second round picks. Maybe one of them goes to this Philly spot here, but that is it for us. We will see you guys maybe tomorrow, but soon for sure. Take it easy, everybody.